Mr. Manheim.
Who are you?
Your new lord and master. You may call me Darkseid.
What's up, Jungle Bemmers? This is Darkside's Couch, and this is James.
This is Mike.
I'm Shée.
I always liked her.
See, you had a bit.
That wasn't a bit. It's just I just like to remind people that they're Bemmers for listening to the podcast.
You know, that's so,
Brains.
I think that counts.
Brains, emotion, muscle, or maybe it's body, emotion, mind. I don't remember.
No, it's brains, emotion, and muscle.
It is brains, emotion, well, it could be body, emotion, mind. It'd be the same difference.
No,
It's the same thing, just with two different words. Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
We got some Bemmers in this comic book.
it's mostly.
Mostly body. They're mostly focusing on body.
So, like when we got this comic picked last time, and we looked at the cover, I kept calling them house cats, right? And
They're
Shée
ocelots.
Shée kept telling me, no, they're not. They're
Fucking
leopards or panthers
cheetahs or whatever. Yeah, we're both wrong.
We're both, but we met in the middle because an ocelot is basically that. It's like a house cat
Yeah.
meets a jungle animal.
It is. I will give you that.
I think like the artists of this book do not know what an ocelot is.
I thought an ocelot was a much bigger creature.
Sort of. It's like it's bigger than a house cat, but not as big as like a jungle cat.
Right.
But the artist drew them as like house cat meets a leopard.
Yeah.
The art for this main story, we'll talk about it in just a second, is Jack Katz and Vince Colletta. Vince Colletta is on the inks. He's actually one of Jack Kirby's inkers. He's the guy we talked about before who would selectively delete parts of Jack Kirby's artwork in order to make the inking go faster.
I think we agreed that was based.
It was a little bit. Well, I guess it depends on his reasoning because, like, the whole point was he would get thrown, difficult deadlines, and this got books out on time. So if you occasionally have to delete some of the art in order to get the books out on time and keep everybody's jobs chugging along, maybe that's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, that was fine. I'm sure I agree that was the right decision. Anything to make anything that causes less work. That's all.
Anything that keeps commerce running and the invisible hand of the market running, Mike is in favor of.
Yep, cut corners, take away quality, whatever you got to do.
Art doesn't matter. Just get it out. Product.
Did we mention this was Jungle Adventures?
No, we didn't at all. No, we didn't at all.
We're doing a comic called Jungle Adventures #2.
From Skywald Comics, the always reputable Skywald.
Skywald sounds like the name of a new god.
Yes. Yeah, it's Highfather's brother. Well, Skywald, I think the only other time we looked at Skywald was way back in the day when we looked at a Heap comic book, which is a character I wanted to read about, the Heap, who's a heap of trash and goes around sulking a lot. He threw a tombstone at somebody. I remember that.
Skywald is the new god's, like, it's their Where's Waldo.
Where's Skywald? Oh, well, Where's Waldo had the backwards guy. What's Oddlaw? Remember this? You seen this, heard about this? Yeah, Waldo had an enemy named Oddlaw, which was just Waldo backwards. And
Waldo has an enemy.
Yes, Oddlaw.
What? Why? What the fuck?
Because they had to go with
Waldo
a story eventually. Because eventually they made like TV shows and everything, so they had
There's
to come
a Where's
up with...
Well, hold on, you're just throwing a bunch of information.
There's a Where's Waldo
Oddlaw.
girlfriend.
Wow, what's her
what
name?
the hell? Is Where's Waldo because Where's Waldo is like just doing stuff and being in a crowd, right? And you gotta find him. And Oddlaw is like selling drugs.
I think they should have followed the Mario Wario rules here and just named him Maldo.
Well, like Wario, because like Wario isn't like, it's like upside down M. Like Wa in Japanese means like you're nefarious.
Evil or wrong or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why it's
exactly.
Waluigi
So there's a reason
instead of like upside
Well,
down.
doesn't-
Like 7 Luigi.
Doesn't that suggest that Waldo is the evil version of Oddlaw?
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
He's not working. He's just traveling around on his trust fund.
He's just hanging out wearing that dopey sweater. Well, Oddlaw wears the same sweater, only his is like bumblebee stripes, yellow and black.
Does he have a nefarious mustache?
Oh, you know he does. You know he does. Look at that.
He does. It varies though. There's one where he's like pedophilic, and there's one where he's just like, "Hey, I'm just a hipster with a mustache."
Well, yeah, it helps him blend in to change that look from time to time. You can't be looking for the same mustache all the time.
I think they're brothers.
You know what? Let's find out. Not only is Oddlaw a character, but Oddlaw's mother is a character within the Where's Waldo universe.
Yeah, that's their mother.
Oh, you think they're brother and sister?
Yeah, like brothers.
Let's
right?
see.
And
He's the main antagonist. He's mean, nasty, loathsome, and disgusting. All right. His number of good deeds are few, and all he cares about is getting his hands on Waldo's magic walking stick.
Right, Waldo has a.
It's magic. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
How do you think he gets
Why-
around? Like,
I
this
don't
was
know.
a big deal in the 90s.
He's got his walking stick allows him to like teleport.
Wait, he was replaced by Odd Lulu, his legal younger sister.
Yes.
His legal young. Well, what a weird way of putting that.
Yeah.
What do you mean
How
legal?
to specify that?
Legal? Oh, because she's like to let us know that you can fuck her. Like what? Like what's the
Well,
point
no,
of that?
but then I went to her character page here and it says she's a preteen girl.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up. Because I was about to. Say, oh yeah.
This is
Look
a
at that.
dark universe.
Right. So what makes her legal? Does that mean she has like a forklift certification?
she has her CDL license. I think that's what the L in CDL stands
Does that
for.
mean that like Oddlaw has a bunch of illegal like brothers and sisters? Maybe like the rest of them are like from Mexico and they like came to America illegally.
Well, their mother's name is Adlini.
All right.
Okay.
So
Which sounds like a pasta.
yeah,
Yeah,
a delicious
Adlulu,
pasta.
Adlini. Oh man, I'm gonna have a big bowl of Adlini after work tonight, after the podcast, which might not be legal. Now that I'm saying it might not be okay to have that.
Yeah, dude, that's illegal pasta, dude. It's underage pasta.
Troublesome pasta. Can't be having this tween pasta. What the hell are we talking about? Yeah,
I
I
don't know
mean
what
this
tweens are.
That's a shirt. Dark Side's couch. Can't have any of this tween pasta.
tween pasta. If you love explaining things, Oddlaw seems to be something of an evil twin / bad counterpart to Waldo. Later confirmed by the revelation that he comes from Oddlaw's swamp in remote Maine. He's from Maine. Well, then you know he's evil.
So he's a Stephen King character.
Is
Yeah.
okay, wait, if Odd Lulu is a preteen girl, did they de-age Waldo or is he fighting a preteen girl?
I think he's probably fighting a preteen girl.
Yeah, he's beating up this child with his magical walking stick. He's just cracking her in the side of the head with it.
So apparently in Maine, where Oddlaw comes from, there are hundreds of other Oddlaws, and that's a parallel to the land of Waldos, where apparently a bunch of Waldos live.
The land of Waldos? Jesus.
A land occupied by hundreds of Waldos.
So is this like the Mixia Spitlick world?
Yeah. It's
Well,
like
this is
fifth
the page
dimension.
where you'd have to find him by looking, I think, for his walking stick, essentially, right?
Oh my God! Why was this fun again? This doesn't sound like a good
so
time.
Is there
No,
only
this was getting us to shut the fuck up for our parents.
Is this like the? Oh my God! Yeah, that worked. It's like Magic Eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Or I Spy books or anything else. Oh, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna release a bunch of Waldo books, and none of the pictures are gonna have Waldo in it.
there's no Waldo.
I'm
in there,
sure
yeah.
someone's done that.
Just take away Waldo. There's one where there's like a lady. You could see some lady's tits.
in a Waldo book, an official one.
Yeah, an
Or was it
official
one.
one.
Of those bootleg, one of those hot Waldo books.
I don't know. Maybe Waldo is a European book, and they just don't give a shit.
I was about to say, I know he goes to the beach at some point.
It's very European sensibilities. I always felt.
Oh,
the children can
look at the boobs. What's the big deal?
Yeah, so that's Waldo. Is there a worse Waldo comic? Maybe we should check that out.
Oh, yeah, it does. I just looked up the image. There are, in fact, first off, it's side boob. And second off,
nice.
it is not in an attractive sense.
Oh, it's some old lady. Let me see here. Maybe we'll put this on the YouTube, or maybe we won't.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's no problem.
Okay.
Can you see her? Where the shit is
Not
she?
really. We're playing Where's Waldo on Shea's phone because we can't figure out where's Big Titty Lady on
You
Shea's
just gotta
phone.
Google "Where's Waldo tits." And
Yeah,
there
but
you
I'm
go.
kind of
There,
enjoying
that lady.
There we
You're
go.
gonna, you're gonna get it right away.
Oh yeah.
There she is.
Yeah,
maybe I jacked off to that as a kid.
Yeah, it's tough, but you can make it
Yeah,
happen.
it's side boob, but
Always
it's
make it happen.
just that attractive.
You know, it's interesting that we found a lot of different ways to show boobs without showing nipples. We've done side boobs, we've done under boobs, we've done cleavage.
It's almost like the taboo of boobs is kind of stupid.
Yeah, we've gotten 360 degrees around the boob. We just haven't done the nipple.
It's so bizarre because like you just go on the internet and see all the boobs ever.
Yeah, it's weird that we're still hanging on to that. You just can't see that little bit of flesh.
How is nudity at all like fucking taboo anymore?
Truthfully, the nipple isn't even the best part. It's all kind of, nipples are kind of like shrivelly and they're not, that's not the most attractive part of the boob anyway. So why
I
are you
think
hiding that?
Are we holding on? I think we're holding on to all that stuff is because the majority of people look terrible naked and no one wants to see that.
Most of society is completely unfuckable.
Yeah.
Like,
Am I in that? Yeah.
it's a tough world to live in.
I mean, I partially, like, I don't know, like, we breed horses for stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, maybe we should be doing that with people. I don't know.
You're saying eugenics to create a more fuckable society.
I mean, that sounds horrible, right?
Isn't that just your
Right.
like you're supposed to procreate with things you find attractive, right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be on that committee that decides all that.
Haven't we talked about basically injecting everyone with the Rock's DNA for this
Yeah.
very reason?
Right. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I mean, it's going to be a great society when everybody has big rock bodies.
I think we have to see how long he lives.
Do we talk about the Rock in almost every episode? I think we do.
He's the world's greatest man.
He is. It's a rock-centric universe.
We'll see if the Rock lives to be 100 years old. Then I'm like, all right, let's do it. Let's splice all of our DNA with Dwayne Johnson's.
I always wonder, like, when guys who look like that, and really there are no other guys that look like that, but guys that are that built, like, how are you going to look when you're 70, 80? I don't know.
Sometimes they look similar. Sometimes they just stop working out and they become little old men. But most of the time they die of heart attacks when they're like 50.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't imagine the Rock's ever going to stop working out.
I mean, there's Ric Flair. He's like 70 something, and he's like just came out of retirement from wrestling.
Yeah, isn't he going to do one more? He's going to die in the ring?
He's going to do more than one. he's gonna do it, and he's not going to like totally die, and he's going to be like, oh my God, I could do that again.
See, this is...
He's not taking over for Vince.
No, Tony Khan and Stephanie McMahon are now in charge of the WWE.
Is Tony Khan Triple H? Because I know Triple H is doing something.
No, you're not Tony Khan, Nick Khan. Tony Khan owns the other wrestling company. There's too many Khans running wrestling companies. But Triple H, he was like, semi-retired because he had like a bad heart attack. And so like.
But I'm pretty sure he's taken over a bunch of the shit that
Yeah.
Vince is.
Yeah, well, Vince isn't, he's still majority shareholder. He's not retiring per se. He's just like, it's just so that like, all right, I'm a rapist. You caught me. I'm quitting, quote unquote.
Yeah, right. Coincidence.
Now my daughter's running the company.
He has reportedly replaced, or not reportedly, but he's the head of creative direction now.
Yeah, he's the booker. That's the fancy way of saying he's booking matches.
I don't understand why. I think John Cena and The Rock had the right idea. Like, get the fuck out of this while you can and transition over to Hollywood.
Yeah, that's the goal.
You're going to get paid 10 times as much to do a fraction
Stephanie's
of the
married
work.
to Triple H. Okay.
Yeah, that was a storyline that became real.
Wow.
Like it was like a gimmick, like a TV gimmick that they got married, but then like planning their like bits, they like fell in love and got married.
Oh, it's a love story for the ages. And then you can feel the earth tremor whenever they have sex.
Dude, for real, they're titans. It's unreal. It's unreal, dude. God knows what they get up to.
Vince McMahon retired. Triple H is in charge of WWE Creative. Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are co-CEOs. Bruce Pritchard has been demoted. Kevin Dunn is likely leaving.
Fuck Bruce Pritchard. What a fucking turd. Like, every time you see anything cringy, like sexist bullshit in wrestling, that's Bruce Pritchard. That's what he thinks is great.
Wow. I mean, that's kind of been the bedrock of a lot of professional wrestling.
Yeah, well, because of him. Like that was that was everyone compete with that dude.
So he's responsible for like the nation of incels that we've raised over the past couple decades.
Yeah, because he is one.
Oh,
when he was a wrestling manager, he was called Brother Love, and he had like a red face, and he'd be like, "I love you."
That sounds familiar. I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, that's him, Bruce Pritchard. He's a fuck.
I don't know. I think is that the wrestling update?
Yeah,
Everybody tunes in for the wrestling update at the top of the show.
I didn't bring it up.
That's true. Shea's been driving conversations to wrestling a lot lately.
Maybe I turned her. It's like vampires.
I've never seen Shée watching wrestling, but she follows the drama, which maybe is the better way to go.
The dirt sheets are way better than wrestling actually is. 100%.
Sweaty dudes hold each other's necks.
I just like hearing about the politics. So like who gets fucked over, who's being fired, and why.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that's how
I want to watch like some really good, funny old special, but I don't want to take the time or energy to watch a bunch of YouTube clips or anything like that.
I mean, this is how I feel about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not watching the movies, but I'm watching the fans on subreddit as they have various meltdowns.
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
it's a way more entertaining story.
Yeah, I was just on Twitter just going through people's like bizarre fucking opinions and like, what's your priority here?
Yeah, you got
Like,
time for
what do you-
this?
What do you even care?
You got time to write that missive and put it up on Reddit and wait for people to respond? You have that time for that?
Like if these movies suck, I just be like, oh man, that sucked, and I
Yeah,
turn
just
it
move
off.
on. Move the fuck on. It's not that important. God damn. But what is important is Jungle Adventures. Right?
I mean,
Yes, and I'm
Jungle-
sure both of you react the same way when the bad movie happens in your fandoms.
But I do not post on Reddit. Here's the thing. I spend a lot of time reading Reddit. I actually do not know even how to post on Reddit. That's how far away I am from actually joining the conversation. Because why? Why would I do that? What do I possibly stand to gain?
Wouldn't Marvel be my fandom, Shée?
No, I would say X-Men is your fandom. And
I would say
honestly, I don't.
old.
But when I'm thinking of like the movies, I'm not including the X-Men movies in that MCU.
Oh, you will soon.
I'm sure I will have to soon, but no, I do think of those separately in my head.
I mean, I never really go too much farther than like those X-Men movies sucked.
I think your wheelhouse is more old Marvel and old X-Men stuff. Not necessarily what's going on now. Not necessarily the movies, but just old Claremont.
No,
X-Men
I read.
comics.
I read the stuff for the Jim Lee stuff, but that was Claremont too, wasn't it? Yeah.
Was Lee? There you go. You're just a Claremont guy.
No, I like. I'm like reading all the stuff Hickman's been doing for the last few years. I've been reading all that.
What the fuck? Jungle Adventures, number 2. This came up on the wheel. There are 3, over the course of the various stories in this anthology, there are 3 jungle adventurers, and I think they loosely correspond to the 3 of us.
Yeah, well, they're all pretty much Tarzan. And
They
so
are.
how? And what is this supposed to say? Is this supposed to be like a white man like adventure fantasy? Is that what all these are supposed to be?
It really feels like it, and I'm pretty sure James only says that because one's a girl.
So, like, one of these guys, he's like an actor who like goes to the jungle to be a jungle man, and he is the strongest African of all time.
So the 3 jungle, and they're all white, by the way. They're white Africans. The 3 jungle people is Zangar, who, despite the fact that he is a redhead, I think I most closely correspond to him because I have a little orange cat for a sidekick. I have a big bouffant of hair, and when I have to, I can fit in with civilized society if I have to.
All right,
All
fair.
right. I think
All right.
JoJo is more of Mike because as we'll see, he's a little more feral. He's out in the jungle, and he's often got some manner of drug in his system, as we'll see with JoJo. And then Shée is Sheena because that's the girl. That's what's left, and that's how it works in a man's world.
In a man's world.
It's a man's world, but
Who made that
isn't
song?
I don't.
Who
Oh
was
God,
that?
what is the man's world? It's a man's world, but isn't the line like it's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman? Isn't that true? James. It's a James Brown
yeah.
song.
It's James Brown.
God,
yeah.
we suck. A man's world, but it wouldn't be
Yeah,
nothing
we're
without
not
a woman or a girl.
70. What the fuck?
They do a great version of it in Birds of Prey.
Oh yeah, have you ever seen that interview of James Brown on like CNN where he's coked out of his skull?
Yes.
That's a
Living in
great moment.
America.
Yeah,
And
he
he
just
starts singing,
hey, and then it's dead silence. Like, when he just
and they
grins
have
at
to
the
play
camera.
along, and they have
Like
to
an
act like it's a
idiot.
real conversation because they don't want to just call it out.
Genius.
Oh, what a
He
great
wasn't
moment.
coked out. He was on fucking PCP. Like, that was his favorite drug. Was fucking angel dust. Isn't
What
that
a-
crazy?
What a fucked
A
up
little
man.
bit.
Someone handed him a joint, and he was smoking in his hotel, but turns out it was laced with angel dust. He fucking loved it and became an angel dust addict. How do you even do that?
There's a favorite moment in The Simpsons that the writers love very much when James Brown is on and the bandstand collapses and James Brown yells out, "This bandstand wasn't double bolted," and it's just like a dumb. It's not really even a joke, but just something about James Brown yelling that is very, very funny. I'll drop it into the podcast probably.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on here. This bandstand wasn't double bolted.
He probably, well, he does live event work. I imagine that he
I mean, he's
knows
dead
what
now.
a stage is.
Yeah.
He
died like 10 years ago.
Smoking angel dust.
When
Possibly.
did James Brown
Although I
die?
just saw Friday for the first time, and so everything I know about angel dust I learned
60.
from that movie.
Oh, I didn't know that was an angel dust centric movie.
It's just one scene.
Or Training Day.
James
Do that
Brown
in
died
Training
in
Day, too.
2006, by the way. He died
Or It's Always Sunny.
16 years ago.
Dang,
Or
dude.
Sunny, yeah. Jungle Adventures.
Yeah, so this cover, like Zangar, right?
Zangar,
It says Zangar's. This is why Shée said that they were cheetahs, because they call them cheetahs on the cover.
Yeah.
But then we find out later.
Well, in fairness, it's just some chumps who they don't know. They can't
Yeah.
identify various big cats.
And this man's name in the comic that is calling them a cheetah is Lobo.
There is a silly
So-
name crew. Absolutely. There is a silly name crew that we're going to get to in this story.
There's a lot of Zangar, he's on the Eiffel Tower, and he's kicking these dudes off of it to their deaths.
Yeah, he's just a Tarzan knockoff, and he is murdering people off the Eiffel Tower because he doesn't have a code. He's just going to kill people.
And I think it looks like he just took 2 house cats and painted spots on them and just called them ocelots.
Will that work?
Maybe,
Put some black dots on
well,
it?
he is an actor, so maybe they were just on the set with him.
That was a weird twist that we found out. I guess we'll get into the story. But yeah, he is not normally a jungle man. He is a famous actor.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out if he's normally an actor or he's sometimes an actor or he's faking an actor.
Well, that's probably where the drama comes in, the conflict. Mm-hmm. Is he more a man than a jungle adventurer?
Am I an actor or am I a jungle man?
All right, this is issue 2 of Jungle Adventures from 1971. A book of mostly reprints, but a couple of new ones in there. This first one is called Trail of the Golden Idol, written by art. I don't have writer credits for anything, by the way. Not a single story do I have writer credits for, but art is credited to Jack Katz and Vince Coletta.
See the trial of the golden idol and the superiority of the white race.
Now, Zangar has a big orange bouffant, like
No, go back up.
yeah, okay.
Go back up because this ad's hilarious. So
All
like,
right.
all right. So no, so
Drink
in the
some
bottom,
water.
so like this ad, it's like a cream or a pill or a spray to keep it from going bald. All right. So if you go down to the bottom left-hand corner,
Yep.
there is a disclaimer that says that this product nor any other treatment works.
Yes. Is the male pattern baldness is the cause of the great majority of cases of baldness and excessive hair loss for which neither the ward treatment nor any other treatment is effective.
Yeah. Right.
Wow. Welcome to the 70s.
And then right
So
above-
as long as your hair is not falling out because of the most common reason,
Yes.
it might work.
If you go back, even right above it, it says, "Here's the proof."
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That is some good collating. That was an angry collating intern who just wanted to get some revenge.
That was like they released this and the government probably was just like, "What the fuck?"
So hopefully you've got some weird arcane disease that's causing you to lose your hair, because then we might be able to help you.
There's bacteria, and this washes away the bacteria that causes.
I don't know, bro. Do you get a step in front of like an alien ray gun or something? Like, I don't know, man.
These guys didn't know.
Oh, he's so sad about his hair loss.
Yeah, as he should be.
He's bummed. Well, that was back in the day where if you were a white guy who lost your hair, you couldn't just shave it. Like that wasn't acceptable. Yeah, arguably it's still not acceptable for
No,
white dudes to
I
shave
still
their head.
yeah, like too many people are doing it that can't pull it off. That's the problem.
Well, what do you do? I mean, you don't want to
Nothing.
Just walk around
You're
with
ugly
it.
now. Most people are ugly.
The vast majority of the population is completely ugly. That is
Better
true.
figure out a talent or something
better
that
get
makes
good
you
at something.
stand
Or
out.
start a podcast.
That's what
I hope
did.
you've been spending the first 30 years of your life working on your radio voice, because you're going to need it now, buddy.
Yeah, because no one wants to look at that fucking dome.
And we don't want to see that shit. We want to see Zangar.
Yeah, right?
Look at this guy's hair.
Women want a man, not Krusty the goddamn clown.
You think maybe they gave Zangar a giant orange bouffant simply because they knew the audience they were aiming this at?
Yeah, balding middle-aged men, apparently.
Apparently, this is for middle-aged men. Now Zangar not only has the 8-pack, he's even got those little side abs, those little
Yeah.
dimply side abs.
Want to know why? Because there's nothing to fucking eat in the jungle.
He is looking ripped. He's like when Conan O'Brien would like do a fantasy about what he would look like, in his ideal world. This is Zangar.
Yeah,
Big orange bouffant.
He's trained for a role, and now he's cutting.
Yes.
You know?
Bulking is
before
over and he's starting to cut. Yeah.
before he plays Thor or whatever.
Zangar, he's a jungle man. He's got a couple of ocelots named of Zinga and Zonga. All right.
That poor motherfucker. That guy who has to play Thor. That guy's life
Hemsworth?
must suck.
Chris Hemsworth?
I mean, he keeps wanting to do it. He keeps signing up for increasingly shitty movies.
Dude, like that is a lot of work and chemical interference to like maintain that shit.
Well, but I bet though, if you go and you do an actual, you collect the time stamps of these movies, and I'm sure some MCU nerd has done this. He probably is actually only shirtless for a few minutes per movie, and they probably time that to when he's dialed in, that week when he's dialed in, and then they do the rest of the shoot. He's covered up and he's not necessarily working out as much.
That's so fucked up that like, yeah, you like finally get like your killer abs and you're cut like
you
crazy,
got a week,
but then you eat one meal and it goes away the next day. It's
you
like
hold on to it for a week.
You're not supposed to do that apparently.
No, it's crazy how short term no matter how hard you work when you're working out, your peak success is very short lived.
I had abs this week, and then I thought, all right, I got great abs. Like I should reward myself with a slice of pizza. Next day they were gone.
No, you could stay fat forever, but you can't stay ripped for more than a week.
Dude, it's
ridiculous.
almost like it's unrealistic and unhealthy.
It's almost like these beauty standards aren't something we should shoot for. But
oh
we're gonna
no,
continue.
you poor male beauty standards. Oh no.
Well,
all right,
Shée,
fine.
I would think that you would be sympathetic to that.
Yeah, we're trying to appeal to the female base.
I'm just letting you know that I understand. And
Trying
I
to appeal real base to the females.
Yeah.
think that well, if it's okay for there to be obese lady models, there should be obese model guys.
There should be. I didn't say obese. I said based.
No, but I was just bringing it up about beauty standards and whatnot. How it's okay to be yourself if you're a woman, but if you're a guy, that doesn't seem.
More okay to be yourself.
I don't know, dude. Well, Shée,
I'm sorry. The fucking mocking trend is not a super hot woman with a super schlubby husband. It's a super schlubby husband with a super hot woman.
No, that's not like that anymore. Like it's reversed now.
I don't. Wait, now you're saying that the trope is jack dudes with schlubby women? I don't
Now
see
it's
that
like
at all.
now it's like you got to be like a winner, like a top dude, or else you just got nobody.
I don't agree with this at all, Mike.
Well, why don't you woman-splain it to me then?
I'm just saying I don't agree with this. I didn't
think-
explain it to you. I just said I don't agree.
I think the beauty standards for women have relaxed a little bit. Maybe not enough, but relaxed a little bit. And then the standards for men are slowly going up because we realize that nobody wants to look at schlubby dudes.
I'll tell you exactly why it goes up is because, like, for the last 50 years, women have been working and they no longer have to rely on a man to provide
we've
food
talked
and
about this,
shelter.
yeah.
So
The
like now
one
it's like
thing we
it's
had-
like well if I got my own shit, why do I got to put up with this fucking dud?
So dudes were getting away with being schlubby losers for years and years and years, and now they can't because they're having to cede some of the power.
Right? That's why we got incels now because those guys used to like trick chicks into living with them because they had some cash.
Yep. Nope. Those days are over. We're all heading to just a mediocrity in the middle.
No, it's called that one day we are going to evolve that all of our men are going to be like 6'5" and they're going to be like The Rock because that's who got to breed.
Is that working? Is it happening?
No.
It takes 1,000 years. We'll see what happens.
Why do you seem to think that there are a bunch of other people who look like The Rock that are getting laid all the time?
Tinder statistics.
Anyone who looks like The Rock, they're getting laid anytime they want to. By
I'm saying you
terrified
think there's
women.
a whole bunch of people that either look like The Rock or have made themselves look like The Rock somehow,
There's a bunch of bodybuilders. Like there's a gang of dudes doing this.
and they're not attractive.
No, I said The Rock is attractive, but he's fuckable.
I am. Yeah, no, he's a man.
Speaking of a man, let's read
Zangar.
about this one.
Look at this
Zangar.
specimen. He has no problems getting laid.
Conan O'Brien with Chad energy. Sure.
No, it's more auburn than red.
Is it really? Well, maybe they couldn't get that. that
No,
red
I'd
color
say it's
going.
red.
Yeah.
I think that's red.
Because when I was a
Red,
kid,
red.
my hair would change color depending on the season.
As
Yeah.
David Tell would say, a dog's dick red. He said, what the line was like, we all know what we're talking about, but you can never find it in a paint store.
Dang, dude, that's a good joke.
Yeah, he's the goat.
So, like, here we see, like, an old woman. Like, she's an old woman living in the jungle, and I guess one of Zangar's phony leopards,
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome.
is trying to eat her.
Yeah.
And he's like, bad kitty, and swoops up and takes the lady.
Yeah. So this old lady who is not living up to modern day beauty standards, right?
We don't know how it's like in the Congo.
You think in the Congo this is actually an 8?
We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't know.
All right. Fair. We're accepting our cultural ignorance.
There are tribes in Africa where when men reach a certain age, when boys like reach a certain age, they wear makeup and they put on dresses and they like have them all in a row, and women will choose who they like based off of that.
Meat market, like it.
Right?
Yeah, that's a real sausage party. So yeah, Zangar's like, hey, what's going on? And like, oh yeah, they cast me out of my tribe because I predicted that their idol was going to be stolen. The idol that the two tribes both co-worship, I predicted it was going to be stolen, and those motherfuckers threw me out.
Right, and he goes, all right, lady, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the white man's land, and we're going to pick stocks.
There's a lot of white savior stuff going on in here, for sure. It's pretty uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. That's definitely, I'm surprised at no point in this comic did they say, like, Africa's wonderful except for all the Africans.
Now, we did. Now, after we did Miss America, I told Shea I wouldn't pick any more racist comic books. Does this fall under that?
So what this is sort of casually racist. This is like how your uncle is a racist, where he doesn't know better.
Did you hear that, Shea?
Yeah.
Did you hear him do it?
Uncle?
Oh, I said the U word, didn't I?
That was very James.
Yeah, very James. I still don't know what we're talking about.
I still don't know if that's a work. I
think oncle is actually uncle in French.
Wait, did you say uncle? Do you think I'm saying oncle?
Oncle.
No, I said you say uncle.
Uncle.
As opposed to uncle. And then I said oncle, I think is actually French.
You put like an onk in it. Like the Egyptian, like that Egyptian symbol.
I'm trying to soften my plosives. It's called good mic technique.
I got good techniques.
So apparently, as a result of this idol being stolen, the two tribes are going to go to war, and they've started beating their war drums.
Yeah. So Conan runs after him. Conan O'Brien dude runs after him, and suddenly the cats are kittens again?
Yeah, they're kittens.
Their scale changes dramatically, for sure.
Yeah, these cats are never the same size.
That's what movie studios would do back in the day, though. They would just take something, like whenever they had a scene with dinosaurs, they would just have like modern lizards and make them huge.
Oh, yeah.
Was it a Simpsons joke? We have to, horses don't look like horses. You got to use cats or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. So yeah, Conan goes to talk to these tribes, and we get a little backstory that I guess both the tribes had discovered this idol at the same time, and they decided, well, I guess this is our god now, so we'll just share this god because we found this thing.
And then it disappeared, so they immediately thought the other one took it. And Zangar's
but are still pissed at the woman that said it would happen.
Right. They owe her an apology.
Yeah, go get her.
Like, she clearly has mystical powers that are valuable to your tribe. You really should get her back.
Like, oh man, she was right. Get her the fuck out of here.
Yeah, what else might she know?
And Zangar's pompadour just becomes insane.
It does.
It just gets, the quaff just gets more and more outlandish.
Yeah, that man has to sleep upside down and let it dry that way. There's no way he's getting that natural kind of volume.
He's like fucking Johnny Bravo. Like, it's gonna be insane.
Yes.
Form a rockabilly band. Oh,
this guy's got like social distortion stitched onto his jacket.
Directly onto his skin. He doesn't wear jackets.
He's got like a shitty social distortion album tattoo.
What do they call that? A battle jacket? You fucking
battle
losers.
jacket.
You
losers.
Fucking
losers.
What's a battle jacket?
It's like what nerds do. What they do is they have like a vest or like a leather jacket or a denim jacket, and they have patches of all the bands they want you to know that they like.
Yes. And they call it a battle jacket.
Yeah, they call it a battle jacket because they're fucking dorks.
Because this is the most intense thing that's ever going to happen in their lives.
So they're like, yeah, I'm ready to go to the pit.
With a bunch of people who already agree with me. Where's the battle?
You check out all these bands I like. This one's called Metallica.
I should make a battle jacket with nothing but Metallica patches.
It should be like lame rock bands that everyone already likes.
Yeah, Bay City Rollers, sure.
You should have like a Creed. Like
hey, come on now.
And the Foo Fighters.
Come on now. They dug deep. Weathered is a pretty good album.
I'm gonna wear my death metal battle jacket to the Foo Fighters concert, just to let all the Foo Fighters lame-o fans know that I listen to real music.
I'm not here for your fucking corporate bullshit while you're at a Foo Fighters concert in the pit. Sure.
Yeah, right. You're trying to start a really aggressive pit, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Are there mosh pits at Foo Fighters concerts?
They're probably pretty tame.
Yeah,
they're there, but they're probably pretty tame.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's okay. You're there for the music.
I used to be a mosh pit guy, if you can imagine.
Yeah. I can imagine that. Yeah, that's really not a stretch at all.
Yeah, but then you find the best one of all time, which is going to see Gwar, and you're not aggressively attacking each other. It's like you're caught in an ocean of humanity, and you just have to like take the weight off your feet and just flow with it as the Gwar guys spray you with colored water.
Yeah. If you're lucky, you get swallowed by that penis worm.
Yeah,
Have a great time.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Odo Sarungus, friend of the show.
Yeah, Dave Brocky, like maybe personal hero.
He seemed like a good dude.
Like that guy did not give a fuck.
Yep.
Like I can't help but really respect people that do whatever they want without fear of consequences.
I mean, he wore a cuttlefish on his dick. So
yeah, he did.
It's something to do.
Well, it was his dick. That's how they got away with indecency laws. The only time they ever got arrested for indecency is when they had like. They brought a guy in like a foam priest outfit, and they pulled the priest dress over his head and started just jamming swords into his ass, like multiple swords, and they had like inside the fake ass was like blood and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but like coloring. Right. And they were arrested because of that.
I mean, is that our Gwar update?
Yeah. Update like they're still going despite their singer being dead.
All right. So anyway, Zangar shows up and he's like, "All right, let's cool everything down. Everybody, take it down a notch. We don't need to fight on this thing. If any of you shifter brains would look at the fucking ground, you'd see that there are shoe footprints in the ground. There's somebody wearing shoes." Took your idol.
Let me, the white man from civilization, explain to you how to track in the jungle.
That's fair. That is a fair criticism. They probably should have looked down at some point and noticed that there were shoe prints, but
like they're morons or something.
Well, and they kind of accept that, but they go, well, the war drums have sounded. We have to do battle when the war drums sound. We can't just turn them off. Yeah, we can't turn them off. Like, fuck, we'll look like idiots.
You can't unbeat the drum, dickhead.
Yeah.
There's both tribes, too. Like,
it's like,
there. He's explained to both of them, like, you don't need to go to war. You can both just turn your wardrobes off. I go, yeah, but if you do that, then he's going to come after me. He's like, yeah, and if I do the same, he'll come after me.
It's like when you talk shit on someone because you think they won't fight back, and then they step up, and you got to go for it. Oh, shit.
You got to go for it now.
Oh, man, I thought I was going to walk out clean tonight. Nope.
Men are fragile.
Yeah, we are very, very fragile. So this lady with one of the tribes is like, all right, how about this? Each of the tribe picks a warrior and they'll fight Zangar. And if Zangar can kill both of them, then Zangar gets to go looking for the white man who stole this idol. How about that?
You mean the white lady that is painted a different color?
They clearly just drew her as a white lady and then threw some like jaundice color on her.
Because
which is what we mean by like, oh, this is the racism that they're not addressing. Of like, wow, so they draw everyone else as, for lack of better wording, much rougher.
Yeah,
they're wearing rags and stuff, but instead this woman's drawn as a white woman thrown with jewelry on her and beautifully cut pieces.
Yeah, she looks great.
Well, I mean, like, because like the
her black.
I'm just saying they gave the males African features and she has zero.
Yeah.
Like she's a Caucasian lady. She has straight black hair.
She's like the generic
physically.
template.
And I'm not and I wasn't talking
lady.
about the physical features. I was talking purely about the fact that like people are wearing fucking rags and this woman's wearing a crown and jewels and actual clothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those guys got some pretty cool Gwar outfits.
Yeah, they do. Some of them do. So these tribes really want to go to war. They're the Hillary Clinton of jungle tribes.
And if you guys think that this modern generation invented the giant skeleton for Halloween, you are wrong. Because there's an ad right in here.
Yep, you can get a giant skeleton.
Big old
skeleton right there.
And
you also buy some pervy binoculars to stare at your neighbors, which was what
to
people
see
use
their
that for.
giant skeletons.
Yeah, see up to 18 miles. No way. Not
I
happening.
would sell those, and it would just be normal glass inside the binoculars, and you're just like looking.
Who cares? You've already fucking skipped town by the time anyone says anything.
Right. Of course, if it was anything like the hair loss thing, they'd make me put a disclaimer, just like these binoculars don't work.
Yeah, they have no need to put a disclaimer on the clearly faulty binoculars.
Like Zangar's hair just keeps changing. It's never the same.
It's getting long and flowing sometimes. He's a great looking man.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's going to deny that.
Right. Of course, if he was in the United States at the point where this was made, some rednecks would beat him up.
Yeah. So Zangar goes, well, I guess I'll just murder these two guys for some reason because it's
Well,
weird
no,
plot.
because they asked the new wise woman, and she's the reason why they got rid of the seer. And they asked, "What should we do?" And he's just like, "Well, if Zangar can defeat 2 of our warriors, we'll believe him."
Yeah, why not? Well, they said then he can go and track the whoever stole the idol. He can
And they're
go
like, "Can't we do that? Don't we live here?"
no, the
She's
war
like-
drums.
She's like, "No, just keep pounding that drum, dude."
The fucking war drums.
What if the tribe is just these 3 people?
Yeah.
Or 4 people. It's just these 4 people.
yeah,
And they're just,
it's a very selective tribe.
and they're like, and they live in the same spot, and they're just war drumming each other.
Yeah. It's like getting into Mensa. Not everybody gets in.
Right, and here's Zangar's hair changes again.
It does change again. Well, we don't see between panels when he takes out his comb.
Maybe he's
Quaffs
just
it.
really affected by humidity.
Yeah. I don't know. He's been slathering on that miracle hair growth solution. It
Yeah,
works.
right?
Yeah.
He's like shaving all of his body hair off. Everybody is.
Yeah. Then we find out that he's a movie star named Bob Manning.
And he puts his so here the cats change size again because he can fit them both into carriers.
Little cat carriers, yeah.
Like
yeah.
those are for like house cats.
Yeah,
those are not
exactly.
for not even ocelots. Ocelots
Yeah.
are fairly big.
Feral jungle
Yeah.
cats, yeah. Xandar
Yeah,
mentions
Demo looks bigger than those guys,
Yeah.
and when they're back,
he's a
packed up.
10-pounder. Yeah, Xandar mentions getting into civilized clothes with disdain.
Yeah, and
Like you can hear his eyes rolling.
yeah, he just left his money with some guys and
Yeah.
some underwear.
So he gets in his private jet.
Yeah,
Right?
and he's a snazzy motherfucker.
He's his favorite pastime is reciting funny names. So we find that he's looked into who stole the idol. I don't know how he figured this out, but he's got 3 names: Fats Merkin, Lobo Darcy, and Tosser Trumbull.
Just gonna say, one talks like a Frenchman, one talks like he's a part of a Shakespearean tragedy, and one is probably just Chris Farley.
Oh yeah, he's a fat guy in a little coat for sure.
So like how? Okay, they do tell you how he tracks this. Like he finds the guy in civilized land that he sells like jungle
Right.
ruin items to. He goes, "Hey, has anyone come by and try to sell you an idol?" He goes, "Yeah, these 3 morons, but they're untrustworthy." He goes, "Oh,
But-
I'll give-
But they gave me their address.
No, that scene happens after he's in his private jet going over the names. He's already got the names by the time he talks to the trader.
maybe called him."
Yeah, he called him ahead of time from his private jet
Pulled out
and then
his
said, I'm going
phone.
to come in around 5 o'clock and hear the same information again.
He DM'd him on Twitter.
Yes. So he gets these 3 names, and apparently the 3 guys just live in an apartment together.
Yeah, they're
Right?
chilling. They're saving money.
Yeah.
And Zangar gets back in his sexy outfit and like just stands in front of the window. And they're
As-
like, "Shit, turn the lights off."
As soon as he could, he took off those clothes.
Yeah.
And they open the door to escape, and there are 2 very small house cats.
Yep. The ocelots have come after
That's not
him.
what a fucking ocelot looks like.
And so ocelots have come for the silly name gang, and they
Do you guys know what ocelots look like? Look it
I
up
mean,
real quick.
I'm
Just
sure
look up
I've
what
seen an ocelot before.
Look up what an ocelot looks like, and you'll
my
see how
goodness.
stupid this is.
I've seen ocelots before. Yes, that
There's
rings
an
a bell.
ocelot.
That rings a bell. Yeah, they don't have leopard spots. Well, I guess they kind of do, but they also have stripeds. So in order to fend off the ocelots, one of the dudes just takes out a box of pepper, which turns out to be the least silly thing he does.
Yeah,
This
he
guy
pocket
likes
sands it. He pocket sands
he
those
pocket
cats.
Yes.
sands it for sure.
Which
It's a
then
shot.
happens again later. Then fucking Conan O'Brien goes, well then fuck you too, man, and does
Yeah.
it to them back.
He didn't learn his lesson about the pocket sand.
Here's an ad for some big ass posters.
well,
They're big, pretty big.
and
big
in
ass
color,
posters
even though the ad isn't.
it's color's expensive.
There's one of John Lennon with the blood of his children he beat up all over splattered on his face.
You can get that. You can get Bob Dylan's exploding consciousness head. That's pretty cool.
Which kids at that time were not allowed to do.
Yeah, it says you weren't allowed to actually be into that.
There's a poster of Neil deGrasse Tyson
Who is that? That's
arguing with you about.
O.C. Smith.
There you go.
Okay.
AKA Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
He's been alive for a long time. That's why he knows so much about space.
Yeah, he's just been amassing knowledge. Black don't crack.
I tell you what it does though, groom its interns.
Those are just unverified rumors. So all these guys, they run out into Paris, right? And Xandar's climbing along the telephone lines because, as we learned from Spider-Man and his footsie pajamas, you really hurt your feet when you walk around in the city.
When he's walking around on power lines, he'd
Yeah.
be dead.
No, they're grounded.
They're 70s power lines. There's not as much energy.
Mom and Dad were cool with those power lines, huh?
Yep. And then the silly name guys decide to head up to the Eiffel Tower for some reason. I guess they think this is going to give them a good advantage in some way, right? And Zangar starts scaling the Eiffel Tower, and this motherfucker pulls out like a box of scorpions, like a cereal box full of scorpions
Yeah.
that he brought with him.
All right, so like scorpions, quote unquote, because clearly they don't know what scorpions look like.
They are blue,
They're blue, but
and they have beaks.
They like that. Clearly, that's supposed to be like one of the claws, right? But I guess like the artist thought the claw was its head.
I thought that was a head, yeah.
It is. It's how they drew it because like he has
Yeah.
legs, but like it's like the artist has no idea.
He looks like a skeleton for a small dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's throwing dog skeletons at him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, oh, freaky.
So apparently when they were running out of the apartment, like they were running from Zangar, and he just made a point of stopping off and getting his box of scorpions.
What if he like gave like the head dude gives like
Mm-hmm.
one of the other guys some money? He goes, all right, Zangar's coming for us. Go buy some guns, some handguns. And he goes, all right, I'm on
Yes.
it, boss. And he comes back and he's just like, what did you get our gun to us? I got something better.
Something way better. And it's a Cheerios box full of deadly scorpions.
But really, they're just dog skeletons.
Just little dog bones.
You idiot, this isn't even a scorpion. This is a dog skeleton.
Oh, they said it was scorpions. You didn't look inside the box before you paid for this?
That's all right.
So, yeah, Zangar falls. And he catches his. We forgot to mention that the woman at the beginning, he gave him like a special amulet to save his life, and it snagged on one of the spires.
Yes,
An
it almost
an-
killed him.
An omelet is an omelet on a chain.
Oh, it sounds great. I want some underage pasta and an omelet for dinner. Anyway, so he's able to get himself back up the Eiffel Tower. Meanwhile, the ocelots continue attacking these guys, and yeah, one of them thinks, maybe I'll try this gun I brought. You think maybe a gun might
so
work?
like Zangar's in the jungle, right? And he's
Right.
just like, I need to train an animal companion to
Yeah.
help me like survive the jungle. And he goes, the closest thing to a house cat I could find, the ocelot.
This should work. You guys will fit in carriers, right?
I guess he couldn't train a lion.
Take you on a
Because then the
plane.
lion would just rip him to pieces. The ocelot's at least like...
Yeah, you can't tame a lion.
Yeah, but an ocelot's not going to fuck up a dude.
I mean, they're really loyal to Zangar.
Yeah, but like it's like saying like I can't just punt a house cat.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just gonna punt that
Yeah.
fucking ocelot right off the Eiffel Tower,
So yeah,
which
this-
he
I would
doesn't.
love to see.
Instead, no ocelots get kicked. A man
No.
a man gets pocket sanded for real.
yeah.
And then Conan O'Brien threatens to fucking have Lobo blow him.
Well, I have to say, I made fun of this guy for pulling out the gun after all the other things, but like the gun has been the least effective weapon.
He like pulls out his gun at Zangar. Zangar goes, "Ocelots, attack!" And the guy just punts it into space.
And no, it didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Total
The
fabrication.
dude immediately drops his gun. Useless.
Shit! Ocelots are immune to guns.
So Zangar proceeds to beat these guys up.
Well, he blinds one of them.
He does
He,
shoot
like-
sand in one of the dude's eyes.
He Three
Yeah.
Stooges just
I-
jams
again-
his fingers.
No, again, he actually pocket sands him. He legit says beforehand, "No, there's sand," and then it follows with, "I can't see."
And then he goes, and then he just goes. The guy's just like, "Don't hurt me, Zangar. I'll suck your dick." He goes, "Yeah, you will," and just shoves his head down by his dick, and it's massive jungle cock.
He does. He is definitely bulging, for sure.
Dark Side's couch T-shirts, massive jungle cock.
One of the guys calls Lobo Logo. Like they're not even getting their own silly names right.
Yeah.
No, right? Because he got punched in the face and he's scared.
Yeah, he's got sand in his eyes. Yeah.
He got scratched slightly by the house cats.
So everything gets resolved. He finds the idol, and it turns out that the clearly white lady masquerading as a jungle lady, masquerading as a tribal lady, she was working with these traders and set up this whole thing to get that woman from the beginning of the story out of the picture. All right.
Because she was too cat. You know what, though? The old woman, they did draw with African features. It's just
Yeah.
this one they didn't.
Yeah, it's
Gee,
weird.
I wonder what racist undertones are there.
Well, I'm actually not really sure because they made the villain attractive, and they made the good woman.
Maybe they did that so that they could make her look different from the rest of the tribe's people.
Right.
I mean, you really want me to answer this?
I mean, sure.
I mean,
especially
I
if
guess.
it's super racist.
How about this?
It is,
Shée?
because
Wait, well, before you answer, Shée, how about
It's
this?
not a girl thing.
It is now.
I'm a bitch, I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss, I'm a shine like gloss, I'm a bitch.
We got the song to introduce when you're going to explain something, and we're going to use it.
You're explaining about girls, though.
Yeah,
the
seriously.
characters are ladies.
It's very relevant. Explain to us.
Because white features were considered pretty, and they wanted somebody to be pretty in comparison to all the quote-unquote ugly people. So they gave her white features,
But
even
she
though
was
she was
evil.
the villain. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The point was that, we want this one to be attractive.
Which is ironic because historically it seems like white people have not been that attractive.
No.
One of the less attractive races on the planet.
Yeah, can you imagine
Yeah.
the people that came over on the Mayflower?
Like, oh, God. We're going to hang out with
Good
these guys?
God,
These
dude.
fucking losers?
Everything's rotting.
These buckle-helmeted fucking weirdos? Get these guys out of here.
governor.
Inbred motherfuckers? God.
What's all this then?
So that ends the first story. Then we have a reprint story called The Strange Mission to Ormuz.
Well, they're all
Again-
reprint stories.
No, not the first one. The first one was an original, which is I think what they would do. They would commission like one new story and then reprint it. What they actually would do, as we'll see in a later story, they would actually retouch some of the old comics to make them look a little more contemporary, like the hairstyles and things, so they could
They'll
reprint
make
them.
they'll make some of the characters Caucasian.
Yes, they made everybody white. This is called
Give her some straight hair.
This is
That'll
called-
give the boys some hot-ons.
The Strange Mission to Ormuz. Again, no writer credit. The only art credit I have is Howard Larson. This was originally published in 1949 in a book called Slave Girl Comics.
Okay.
Okay, that was
All
a
right,
comic book.
pretty
that existed.
pretty based title.
Sounds more like porn.
Yeah, well,
I've
this
seen-
was
yeah.
this was that fetishy kind of thing with some comics, and we'll see it as the book progresses. Like it was just horny middle-aged dudes getting out their fetishes.
I just think everything's supposed to be horny.
I mean, it is the driving factor in society, isn't it?
And this lion is going to be the Twitter profile photo.
There's a terrified lion. staring- the cowardly
Yeah,
lion.
that
there.
lion looks like it has seen some shit.
He wants
That
to
is-
get out of this.
That is like that was drawn from a nature book. Like
He wants
the guy looked at it,
yeah.
Yes.
and it just didn't come out.
This lion wants nothing to do with this adventure at all. He just
You
wants
like-
to live out his days.
The editor comes to the artist and he's like, I'm glad you get your work done in time, but does everyone and everything need to look like a doofus?
It's like, yes, it's my signature style.
I try my best. I draw like how I think it should be, and they just come out doofus.
Yeah, I do like how this woman dresses, though. I like her style. I like the midriff. I like the she's wearing like a blue and orange halter top, looking great. Got like
Although, like all the women in these comics, they always look like the women in old movies that would talk real fast.
oh yeah, with a really clipped accent.
Yeah, hey there, buddy.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they all have that face.
Nobody talked like that in real life, did they? That was just a
No,
movie thing.
that was just for the movies.
Ah,
They created that so they could just get through their dialogue quickly.
Yeah. And they put a little stink on it, a little accent on that.
Yeah, but yeah, no one ever talked that way.
I mean, do you think? I bet people started talking that way because they saw it enough in movies, but it didn't maybe catch on enough. But it seems like the kind of thing that some like hipster doofuses would be doing nowadays.
The the English accent is fairly recent. Isn't that crazy? They used to talk like with American accents. Everyone did. Everyone who spoke English had like American accents.
Well, there is no American accent. That's just the white bread lowest common denominator of all the other accents.
Well, you know
isn't
what
it?
I mean. I'm just saying that the British accent is just something that came about fairly recently.
Man, there's a lot of hate for white people in this episode, isn't there? I guess we got to push back against this comic, though.
Definitely a lot of white savior stuff.
A lot
yeah.
of white savior
Yeah.
stuff. It's
A lot
not
of white splaining. Like, let me tell you, jungle people, how to track.
Yeah. It's odd that there's not one single black hero in a book with so many black characters.
This is how you train vicious jungle cats. Those are ocelots.
those
Yeah,
are just kittens.
these people seem like they probably call like the Zimbabwe Rhodesia. Like they probably.
I know I would.
No, you don't, Mike.
I don't know where any of those places are.
Rhodesia is when they were like. That's literally when they were like, Africa's great, escape for the Africans.
So this is a pretty dumb story.
Yeah. So it's about this guy. He is a archaeologist, and he just came back from an expedition looking for a special amulet.
Yeah.
And turns out this lady just has it.
He's at a party with this lady, and he tells this lady, I've been looking for the amulet that you're wearing. And she buys this, and he brings her back to his office, which
Right.
is...
He's gonna hypnitize her and date rape her.
Dude, seriously, man.
She looks like Uma Thurman.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
she
she
does
does,
look like
yeah,
Uma Thurman. Ooh.
Here's
Now, there's a
ad
strong
for,
woman.
What was that show? Dark Shadows?
Dark Shadows, yeah.
You can get yourself a Barnabas poster if you're really incel-y.
Yeah, well, I
It's
don't
like-
think that's a...
That was like one of the people,
Not
like
fair.
the incel heroes, like the guy from Drive or like
Yeah.
the Joker.
Yeah.
That was, back then they had Barnabas.
He's the 70s Joker.
Like he was always talking about their society.
He was very concerned with what was going on in
It's like
society.
nice to see.
society.
Like here's an ad for like self-defense that actually works. Like it's like they don't normally they try to say a bunch of bullshit, but like here like they'll teach you self-defense that actually works, like judo, boxing,
Isometric
jujitsu.
exercise.
It's like that's pretty much
It
it.
even mentions isometric muscle building, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
All
much
right.
how you do it. That's,
Let's
like,
get through this dumb
great.
story. This is a dumb story, and I'd like to
I
to
prefer
finish
the
it.
ads.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we only have a handful of ads, and we've got a lot of story. So yeah, basically, he hypnotizes this lady, which again, another red flag here.
No, well, back then you could hypnotize ladies.
Yeah, it wasn't even a crime.
No, is it a crime to hypnotize people?
I think it depends on what you do after you hypnotize. I think you need to get consent. I don't think you just go around hypnotizing people.
Why not? That's the whole point.
Well, you still needed consent.
We
Do you
can't
think you could just
hypnotize-
hypnotize strangers?
Can you just hypnotize them into giving consent?
You know, it is a loophole. That's the workaround.
Yeah, right.
So then we get a flashback, and she sees the past, and back in some ancient times. It's not really clear when.
Nope, he's just telling her a Conan story.
Yeah. So, by the way, that whole setup that we just read, we never come back to that.
Nope,
No,
not at
yeah.
all.
It ends with this flashback. So just so you guys are aware that we didn't forget to close out the wraparound. It just ends.
I'm guessing the guy just hit his deadline. He's like, fuck it.
I'm not putting on 2 more panels. Fuck this shit.
Like, nah, that's just good. The end.
So basically, the story here is that this lady, who is the lady in modern times who has the necklace, she's been abducted into this evil king's regime as part of his harem, I guess. Right? Sure, whatever.
Yep.
And this
And he's
dude,
Jewish.
Well, she's a slave girl, right?
she's a slave girl, and yeah,
How
there's
Jewish
this-
they made this dude.
There's stereotypical. The king is like a stereotypical Jewish caricature. It's not good. It's not good. And so this dude has come to town to rescue her and bring her back to the village, and he'll identify her based on her necklace, right?
Yeah.
And so the girl actually she throws some tea at the king's face to get him off the dude's case, the rescuer's
And
case.
not some juicy gossip.
Yeah. She doesn't spill that tea. She keeps the lips tight. Mike doesn't know what spill the tea means, I don't think.
I think it means like when you ejaculate over her sheets.
See, that is not true.
No.
No.
Oh, it's not?
Wait, why? Yeah, I have questions because we're talking about spilling the tea, and usually cum is white. So I have questions now for Mike about what color cum
Testosterone.
is.
The
you're
tea.
draining
Well, that's
your
a-
testosterone.
That's a more clever joke than I thought originally.
Okay.
Give-
hold
I'll
on
give
your
it some credit.
hold on your seed kings for your gains.
Apparently, there's a lot of nuance in Mike's jokes that I've been missing all these episodes.
At least about
so-
testosterone.
Dang, when we did that Mr. T comic, damn, too bad we didn't get on all that when we did that. We could circle back and have lots of testosterone.
Well, there's a
jokes.
couple of more
Mr.
episodes
T.
there's a couple more issues of that Mr. T comic book.
Yeah, we can
circle
go back to it,
around that.
right?
Yeah,
We
go
can do
like
some
that.
more Mr. T.
So this dude who came to rescue this lady, they throw him in a pit, right? And then the lady decides that she's gonna go and see him and figure out, hey, why'd you do that? What's all that about?
And back then, everything was on the honor system, so no one cared.
Yeah, no big deal. That's
She's
people had honor.
She's like, "Hey, random old man, I'm gonna go see this guy in the prison." He goes, "Okay, there's no guards."
Yeah, I don't really care. Like, dude, I'm a homeless old man. What could I possibly do? How could I possibly stop you? So she goes, also, I noticed that this lady, she keeps like standing in a pose. I think they might be reusing the artwork, but she keeps standing in like an arms up sexy pose that does not make sense for the story at any
Gotta sell
given
that
time.
Yeah, they're
book.
probably just reusing.
Selling that book, dog. He's like, I drew this super high image. I'm gonna keep reusing it,
Yeah.
fucking digital justice
And it's
style.
pretty good. And so the dude explains to her like, you were taken from your village 18 years ago. I've come to rescue you. So why don't we get the hell out of here?
And he's got a Rob Liefeld costume on.
He does. He's got the big shoulder pads.
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
Yeah.
He's Cable.
Well, Cable would never wear a skirt like that.
No.
Cable wears tight spandex.
Yeah, he does. Does he want to why? Because he's a Chad.
Yes. Well, he is super, super chatty.
But he does have a sexually transmitted disease.
It's like a technovirus.
Yeah, he can't be. He broke his dick.
You know what? It's worth the risk, though. I'd get in bed with that just to find out what it's like.
Until you get that techno-organic virus, bro.
Fuck.
I can't feel good.
Then they catch him, right? They catch the dude. Trying to keep this. Look, yeah, again, that's the same pose that she's doing again.
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, they keep using that pose. Yeah.
Selling that book, bro. At least.
She does look great. I mean, I'm not going to deny that.
For a gross ginger person, sure.
They just
That's why the tribe got rid of her, and she's a slave over here because they're like, we don't want your ginger ass spreading that gene around.
She's
You
colored
didn't
as
care about that when Conan was running around, Mike.
Yeah, that bothered. Well, that's why he was living alone in the jungles. No one wanted his ass.
Well, no, he's a famous movie star. That's how you know this is a fantasy.
That's why I said it was Auburn. He's not a
That's-
ginger. He's
that's
got
how-
auburn hair.
That's how you know this is a fictional story. We're not letting redheads
Right.
be movie stars.
Yeah, right.
Private
Yeah.
jets for a redhead.
Yeah. That's why it's like people are like all these movie stars and shit. It's like, oh my god, they're wearing a toupee. Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, like they're movie stars
Because
You don't
they're
have to-
gross. Like
Yeah.
most
I
human
truly
beings,
did
they're
not.
gross.
Well, I truly just did not realize how often people probably just use wigs instead of doing the hair at all.
Well, that's common.
That's common.
I didn't
yeah.
know.
That's also
So-
common. Like even if you have good hair, they do it anyway, just because to
Yeah.
avoid like damaging your hair while they're shooting. They still put a wig. They might put a wig on you that looks exactly like your normal hair.
Yeah,
that's
which
weird.
is something
Fuck it up.
I did not realize until probably this year
Yeah,
that
it's
is a
strange.
thing.
It's
Yeah,
strange.
I'm 34.
But a lot of these motherfuckers are bald. That's why. That's a big reason why they do it.
That's why I call it Holly weird, if you ask me. Right? That's
Wait,
all,
who's
yeah.
bald?
Lots of people
most
are
of
bald.
them.
Most of them are bald.
Most men go bald after they once they hit 40. There's gonna be some kind of balding going.
Well, I'll say that, but at the same time, I do think Hollywood celebrities are privy to some futuristic science we don't know about yet.
you can fix your bald problems. You can do it.
Absolutely.
It's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass, or you got to start early. You got to start at the first sign of thinning.
Like some of that shit is pretty powerful. Like the only thing is you run a risk because it's like you are altering, your chemistry. You don't know like fixing your bald problem might
Dude,
cause a bunch of other issues.
You cancel it out with that rock DNA.
Just so I could be gross, guys. If you're not a movie star, you're just not
you
sexy.
gotta look good.
Unfortunately,
You got to look good as long
To
as you
who?
possibly
Like,
can.
It's all over anyway.
Look good. Keep those little side abs. Oh God, it's
You
so
should do
nice.
that just for yourself. You should you should stay in shape. That's just
Well-
for quality of life.
Well,
I don't care if I have side abs.
Well, it's not just necessarily that you look sexy. It's just that if you keep your body strong, you're gonna have you're not gonna have a lot of the normal issues that old people have.
You got to keep your bone density from declining.
Like like Ric Flair's in his 70s. He's like, I'm gonna wrestle a match. Yeah, because he stays in shape. He doesn't let himself get out of shape.
Yeah.
It's definitely not because he has drugs that make sure he doesn't feel pain.
Ric Flair, he claims he doesn't do drugs.
Oh,
in his
okay.
book,
Wow, this is.
in his book, he said, "I've never did cocaine." I'm like,
I'm sure.
as I was reading the book as a teenager, I fucking guffawed out
Yeah.
loud when I read that shit.
It's
Yeah.
funny to me
I was gonna
because
say, oh, did he find DDP yoga?
Because like Macho Man Randy Savage also claimed to never do drugs besides steroids.
Mike doubts everything that has ever been reported or said by anyone, unless it's a wrestler.
I'm
Mike
not saying I
trusts
believed
wrestlers
him. I'm just
more
saying
than
what he
anyone else.
said.
Yeah.
He said, Mike admitted he laughed out loud when the man
Yeah,
said that.
I
Yeah,
guffawed.
at the time, yeah, okay, fine. But you also a minute before that kind of seemed to concede that, yeah, he says he doesn't do drugs.
Well, if
Why would I
you're in your
doubt him?
70s, right, and you're trying to wrestle, like doing cocaine at all when you're in your 70s is pretty much a death sentence. Like you're not going to survive. Your heart is going to give out. So like him trying to have a wrestling match and be high on cocaine, like he's going to die.
Well, and he might be very good at both of those things.
You don't see him in too many 70-year-old cokeheads.
I want to get through this story. I want to get through this story desperately.
I want to get through this comic.
Well, Shée, you want to get through every comic because you seem to not want to be here.
No.
It's a chronic problem.
Okay, no.
It's a PR issue. It's an HR issue.
It's called just trying to like keep the episodes under an hour, which
Well, not under an
impossible.
hour. No. It's not that I'm trying to keep it under an hour. It's that eventually there's a point in my head where I put together the math and realized that we've talked about a story 10 times longer than it took me to read it.
Oh, we're talking about Ric Flair.
And I want to fucking move forward.
Shée, do you want a nap break in the middle of the episode? Should we start scheduling in a nap?
Like,
Dude, you know I wouldn't take a nap break. Don't fucking...
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a guy I work with, and he was just like, I was listening to your show, bro, 2 hours. I'm like, he goes, Jesus. I'm like, yep, that's not changing.
You don't have to listen to the whole thing at once. You can come back.
I always thought it was like your commute or being at your desk job.
Yeah, you can circle back around. It's fine. It's just we did that because it was too hard to do weekly episodes. So it's like, well, why don't we just do bi-weekly, but make them a little fattier?
Yeah, that was the right call.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get on to this story, though. So where do we leave off? So they've been in prison. The dude and the woman he's there to rescue, they've been in prison, and they decide, hey, this will be a fun thing. Why don't we just have them wrestle some lions and they get killed in a Coliseum kind of death battle thing?
Right, but luckily she knew where a trap door was.
Somehow.
They go through the trap door, and the lions just jumped into the crowd and started killing people.
It even says soon the lions are in the stands, the streets, everywhere. I think there were only like 3 of them. I don't know how
I
they're
was about
everywhere.
to say, yeah.
Everywhere, yeah. What if there was like what the lions
One
went
in the
free-
stands, one in the streets,
like,
one
they
in
went-
everywhere.
They went and freed the other lions.
Yes, all the lions are free
Right,
now.
the first
We've
thing the
all
lion-
seen videos of cats opening doors.
Yeah,
Now who's the lion?
Yeah, lion's just a big cat, bro. They like boxes and shit.
Yep.
It made
and-
friends with ocelots, and the ocelots were smaller and opened the doors.
Yep.
Well, I watched those videos of the cats sitting in boxes.
And Twitter profile man is shocked as he looked at the camera there. And they just leave. They just leave town.
Played by that guy who played Shaggy in those Scooby-Doo movies.
Yes, yeah. And the dude just kills one of the guards, takes his knife, and he and the lady head off. And because this was, again, from Slave Girl Comics, and she ends the story by saying, perhaps I will rule the others, but never you. For you, I will ever be a slave.
That's what men want to hear.
Fucking Christ, man.
Obedient and, what was it, cooperative.
Yeah. Weird.
Just let the man run the home.
All right, let's moving on. Then we have this one-pager called Dream Mystery by A.C. Hollingsworth.
Yeah, and the art was so I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on.
This is a one-pager about a kid, and he's telling his dad about his bizarre wet dreams. And
I was in therapy.
No, his dad is a therapist, but he's not in therapy. But it doesn't keep his dad from sitting at his bedside with a pipe as if he is in therapy.
Yeah, he's smoking in
weird.
his son's room as he's trying to go to bed.
You know how fucking bad that is for him?
What's wrong, son? And blows the smoke in
I
his
mean,
face.
this comic's probably from 1950. They still thought smoking
from
in
the
your
50s.
child's room made him a man.
Yeah, you just have your cigarette between your fingers, like as you rest them on your child's
Yeah.
crib.
He's probably in there teaching him how to smoke.
In fairness, Shea, it did make them men. It's just that men suck. We shouldn't have been making men.
You see, son, at this day and age, men need to look 40 years old as soon as they got out of high school.
Yes. So this kid is like, hey, Dad, I had a fucked up dream. I was stealing some fruit, and I ended up in a strange world with a beautiful woman who wanted me to stop a thief.
Right? Because so he takes his lasso.
Yeah.
Or what does he do? He just ties up
He found a vine.
the conquistador that is
to
stealing her
trip-
shit.
Yeah, he's stealing their fruits.
Riding a horse from a Dio album cover.
And then the mayor is like, oh, yeah, this kid figured out how to stop this thief that we weren't able to capture ourselves. What do you want for a reward? And he's like, oh, yeah, ice cream, pie, all that kind of shit, right?
He goes, so like the dream was because he felt guilty that he stole a bunch of fruit?
Yeah.
What's he going to like? This is before the internet where people would just go around stealing fruit.
Yeah, that was a big thing. That was one of the most exciting things the kids could do. They could steal fruit and they could play with that hoop and stick game.
And kids would wear old-timey golf pants.
Yeah, and they'd wear pajamas that buttoned up like that. You know, you ever have, I never had button-up pajamas. Like, last thing I want to do when I'm trying to go to sleep is button something up.
Yeah, right.
Fuck.
I try to not wear anything when I go to sleep. Maybe little undies. That's pretty much it.
So that was dumb. And then we move on to, we meet Jojo, the Congo King, who I thought, based on, we saw Jojo's name on the cover of the book, I was assuming this was going to be an ape guy, and he's not an ape guy. He's just a dude.
Yeah.
In
Surprisingly
a story,
few apes in this book.
very few apes. The ape quotient is low. This is called Rodent Island, a.k.a. New York. Am I right?
Ayo.
The only art credit I have is maybe a guy named Matt Baker, but even that is questionable.
So I can just take credit for all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
No
who's going to stop
credit.
you?
Yeah,
All of the
we
people involved in this are dead by now.
Like I realized, like with JoJo, like they just did some shading to like
Yeah.
give him some 3D effect, but it looks like he just like got tired of shaving his body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just getting thicker, but it's growing.
I've done that before. I'm like grooming, and I just get sick of doing it.
Well, it's sort of growing in reverse then, because the pecs don't have any hair, but the area around the pecs do.
Yeah, maybe it's like a neck beard.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. Like I've said this before, like if you have a lot of chest hair or whatever, it's okay as long as it's symmetrical and it's in the places it should be.
Yeah.
Like you can't have patches on your shoulder and stuff. That's a problem.
Well, maybe it rubbed off. Maybe he was wearing cheap clothing and it just rubbed off the hair on his chest.
Oh,
His-
maybe walk by
ooh.
some roses and it got tangled and just ripped right out.
I went for a run the other day and I put little band-aids on my nipples so they wouldn't chafe my nipples, and I forgot I did that, and then afterwards I came back up to take a shower and I took my shirt off and I had a moment where I didn't know what was going on, why my nipples were like green and blue.
Wait a minute. You did what? You
Yeah.
put tape over your nipples because
Yeah.
they would chafe?
Yeah, your nipples can start. If you run 7, 8, 9, 10 miles and you don't have something over your nipples, those nipples might be bloody when you're done.
Why don't you just run without your shirt on, then you can get a tan?
Well, I am inside of a building that is not my own.
Oh, wait, you live by the lakefront. Why don't you just go run on that?
I could, because I don't like running outside. I ran outside during the pandemic because it was necessary, but it's difficult because then I have to have everything in my pockets. Everything I need, I have to have in my
No,
pockets.
you
I
get
can't
a
just put them on a shelf.
you get a fanny pack.
Oh, fuck a fanny pack. But I got to do that. But also, I think I really have to.
God. Sorry that solves your
Okay.
problem.
No. There are other problems. There's the problem that I come back sweat. I don't want to come back sweaty in my building. I have to be in a sweaty an elevator, all sweaty and disgusting. But also, I have to think about the weather. I have to calculate all that stuff in, and I have to think about the fact that I can only run half as far as I plan to run because then I got to run back.
Yes.
That's a problem. I don't want to have to do
that's
that.
running. That's how you get better at running. You
Yeah,
run
to a-
further than you can handle,
yeah.
then you turn around and try to run back.
And then you know what you also do is you don't push it so far that you have a heart attack on Lakeshore Drive. Like
And
if-
you don't worry about the weather. You just run in the weather.
No, sometimes you have to worry about the weather. This is Chicago. There could be a monsoon.
No, I mean like during like this. Yeah, run in the monsoon. Toughen up.
Don't run in the monsoon.
You got a fanny pack. Your shit ain't gonna get ruined.
Look, if you're walking around the fanny pack, your shit's going to get ruined because someone's going to jump you because you look like a fucking dork.
Oh, dude, you're on Lakeshore Drive. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone there has fanny packs.
Anyway, bandage up. Take care of your nipples is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Regardless,
I'm sorry
whatever you do.
I'm sorry that the cute paralegal trying to jump you on Lakeshore Drive and steal your fanny pack.
What? Well, also, like, maybe I don't want to run with a shirt off. Maybe I don't
All
want to
the
be ostentatious like that.
All the motherfuckers running on Lakeshore Drive are like programmers or like law people.
Right. Well, maybe I also want to have I'm having a bad self-esteem day. I don't want to run with a shirt off.
How did you get the nipples off without yanking out your chest hair?
They weren't that, the adhesive wasn't that good. And plus, I sweat
he
so much they
buzzed
probably
it.
loosened it.
He buzzed around his nipples,
Oh,
so it's
I-
like now it's all bare.
I guarantee you I did not buzz shit. No, but when you sweat, like the sweat's going to loosen up the adhesive a bit, so they weren't on that tight.
I do that whenever I cut my hair. I get rid of everything.
Yeah,
I just get all of it. All of it's gone.
yeah. Just shave down to the root. Sure. Well, you could just laser it if you don't want it to come back. Kill the follicle.
I'm thinking about it. Just
Yeah.
lasering all the hair in my body.
Yeah,
Laser
yeah.
it off.
Very vain.
And it'll
You
be
can do it.
smooth.
Yeah, you'd
Okay.
be a little baby otter.
Well, it's not vain. It's just I'm sick of doing it.
Well, it's vain because you'd have to go to a doctor and you'd have to have like a conversation about it and everything, and it becomes a clinical procedure.
So you're saying I should just get my own laser?
Yes.
Yeah,
Now we're
get a laser
Duh, Mike.
on the secondary market. Yeah.
You know, I just noticed this. I didn't notice it the first time around, but you could see JoJo's balls.
Yes, he's-
Yeah, you can.
They're just sliding out the side of his little thong.
Look at his balls, dude.
Well, you can see his balls, but no penis. So
If he's living in the jungle and he's a semi feral man, where's his beard?
yeah, no, he's not going to wear a
It's
beard.
in the same place as his chest hair.
Yeah, no beard. You know, it's odd because it makes sense for Zangar because he's
a movie star.
splits his
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
He doesn't sleep in the fucking jungle. He's got a
Nope.
hotel room.
JoJo maybe just has, some sort of weird. Some people can't grow a beard. Some guys just can't do it.
Yeah, but like, look at this dude. This dude's
Yeah.
growing a beard.
You'd think so. You look like David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, all right.
So anyway, in this story, JoJo has been drugged by this sexy lady. All right.
So like, what's going on is like he hangs out with this tribe, right? And they're partying, and I guess there's like a ginger witch woman
Yeah.
who like just lives there, and she talks like she's a jungle person.
Yeah.
So like, who are these people? Where are they coming from?
And she is white. Yeah, she's a white ginger lady. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
We
Like
don't-
the
we
white
don't-
people are talking like they were born in the jungle, and it's just like, well, where does that happen?
Yeah.
Yep.
And she's in this jungle, and she's understandably attracted to JoJo, this gorgeous himbo. She wants
And
him.
all the, you know what, all the native guys who live in the jungle, they're all tall and jacked, and that's not what the fucking pygmies look like at all.
So he's been drugged because she's attracted to him, and she wants to steal him, but he's got a mate.
This is
so,
how Damien was made.
Yeah, how Damian Wayne was birthed. Talia roofied Bruce Wayne.
You know, you threw me as JoJo. I'm gonna tell you right now, women aren't going to these lengths to get me.
This is an elaborate plot. This is an
Like,
elaborate
this is something.
plot.
This is like if I wrote JoJo as if I wanted
Yeah.
it, like what I want to happen.
It's your wish fulfillment. Yeah.
Like I get to beat up dudes and chicks are fighting over me. Yeah.
Well, and
Like I guarantee none of those things happen.
this woman, her name is, we do have a name for her, I think. Torla? Torla. So Torla knows that JoJo has a mate, and she goes and ties her up in a very hot panel, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
sexy
it was written, it was written and drawn by those Wonder Woman people.
Yeah, by William Moulton
Mars-
Marston. Moulton Marston? So then they abduct the lady, and JoJo eventually wakes up and says, "Holy shit! I had 2 women, now I got no women. Where'd they
See,
go?"
also, I'm writing this because I gave myself hair and muscles.
Yeah, he's looking. He does look great.
He's not a ginger.
Again, gorgeous himbo.
Yeah, and here's another Twitter profile photo of this guy,
Yep.
fucking guy.
His mouth is not centered on his head.
Not at all.
And this tribesman shows up and says, "Hey, JoJo, some shit's going on. I think they stole your lady."
I wish I knew more about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because I'd make some jokes, but
There's. I
Sounds
looked
like
it up.
You've got some.
JoJo had his own comic book for like 3 issues. That's where this is from. He actually he headlined a comic book.
I mean the manga JoJo is, that motherfucker's had a comic for like decades.
Yeah, but there's nothing about this guy. He's just a hot dude.
That's
Sexy
what
boy.
all the JoJo comics are about. They're about like super
All right.
chads.
Fine. So he realizes, something's going on Rodent Island. So I need to go over there and I need to see what's going on Rodent Island.
And here I write myself gutting an alligator because I'm such a badass.
Sweet shit. Yeah, he fucks up an alligator because the story had gotten kind of boring. There wasn't any action, so they had to have an alligator
It's
fight.
like, Mike, you can make yourself look however you want. Conan the Barbarian. It's like, all right, great. You did it.
And then we see that his body hair is taking over his body for a while there. Look at this.
Yeah, there you go. He
Yeah,
came back.
it's spreading. Yeah. Well, if you shave it, it comes in thicker and darker.
That's an old wives' tale, is it? Or has it already begun?
So he shows up on the island and he sees Tortla, and she can control the rats on the island, I guess.
Yeah, with a boomerang.
Yeah, which is also, I don't think historically or geographically accurate, but okay.
So I guess all the rats are jumping at him, and he decides to swing over some water, and they go over into the water too.
Yep. And he kicks one of them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like that guy punted that ocelot off the.
Yes.
Off the
Yeah.
As he failed
Eiffel
to
Tower.
do.
This is how you do it, you little bitch.
And then we see that these people have tied JoJo's girlfriend to like a torture device, but
Yep,
they're getting sick of operating it, so they figure let's just stab her instead.
Well, it sounds like they can't figure it out. Like, all right, we got her tied to this pleated wheel thing.
because mean redheaded lady said to do it slowly.
Okay.
Yeah, she wants to savor it.
And they just seem to want to bail.
Yeah, they don't want to be involved in this at all. Actually, they
Well,
learned the right lesson at the end of this comic.
Yeah, like having a job is bogus.
That was not the lesson they learned.
They're like, bro, we don't have. There's no capitalism here. We don't need to do any of this.
Well, they might get some extra berries.
Like,
So
you do
JoJo
extra
shows
work,
up.
you get extra food. That's how it works.
JoJo shows up and he kicks some ass, right? He beats these dudes up. We see a lot of exposed junk or bulging junk in a lot of these characters,
There
right?
you go.
And then he frees his girlfriend and they start to head out.
Yep. He's like, later, bitch. And the witch lady's like, well, fuck you then.
Shit! I'm gonna send my giant rats after you.
All right.
And she
he
does.
what does he have? Like, he has got like a torch and he blows smoke in her face, which makes the rats eat her.
Apparently, yeah, she says, oh no, the flame is going to make them think I'm afraid and therefore they will attack me, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. So she
Well-known
runs
rat
off.
Facts.
Yes, rats will attack you if you are on fire and or they sense you are fearful.
I went on a date with a chick I met on OkCupid who had pet rats.
Yeah, that
Okay.
happens.
Yeah.
I know, it's
She-
just weird, right? That's
Probably
where you
a,
meet people.
probably a Tool fan.
You know, it's funny when I was over there. She said, "Whatever you do, don't show any fear whatsoever, or they will all attack you at once."
Yeah,
Are they just
whatever,
running around?
Yeah, whatever you do, keep the rats in their fucking cage. How about that?
No, they were in cages, which I was just like, the rats don't want to be in your cage, bro. That's why I didn't continue to see this person because I thought she was cruel.
Yeah.
How do you know they don't want to be in a cage?
Rats don't want to be in cages, bro. They want
I don't know. I think
they want
rats
to be
are-
around doing rat shit. They want to have an orgy so intense they create a rat king.
Oh yeah, all their tails get tied together. It's great.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
what a
separate
rat
'em.
wants.
Yeah,
That's like
yeah.
that's like the best way to die for a rat.
So they decide, all right, well, we've dealt with the lady, but let's go ahead and run all the rodents off the island and have them get eaten by the crocs in the water. And they do that.
He's
Yeah, they
drawn
make our
like
lemmings.
he's drawn like this is what Superman does with his off hours, like to chill. He just
Yeah,
goes, hangs out in the jungle.
He can't turn it off. And then we see they're going to take the two accomplices. They're going to take them in to be judged by some tribal authority. But I got to say, these accomplices, they're taking the right lesson. They actually say, like, oh, we expected gold and we got punished. It's a great lesson.
You know, I mean, there's no prisons, so like, what are they gonna do? They need
Well, he
these
says
guys for like hunting and gathering.
They're going to be punished.
yeah,
they're
but
gonna
like
be punished.
punishment's gonna be like, all right, bro. Like, what are you gonna do though? You can't get rid of them. You need
Who
them.
knows what they're going to do? They could do anything. I don't know. I respect their perspective, though, and understanding that, like,
That's the thing is like,
fucked up.
we're like when you look at that from a Western perspective, we have disposable humans. So like, yeah, we'll throw them in prison or we'll like we'll do
Gods
a
and
fucked up
quads. Yep.
But like in the jungle, that's not. Like, there aren't really a lot of disposable humans. Like you need.
I
this
don't
motherfucker.
live in the jungle. I don't know. I live in the urban jungle, right?
No, you don't.
And then we get into my favorite part of the book, men explaining how women work.
They like to dance.
This is World Facts this is again by A.C. Hollingsworth, really getting paid today. And it's just a quick one-pager with some facts about women around the world that may or may not be accurate.
They used to think that because they say like people like Native Americans and Asian people have similar features because of like the Bering Strait or whatever it was called.
They crossed over.
the
yeah.
land bridge, but now like they don't think that's what's up anymore.
No, they did their best. It was the 70s.
Yeah, because now they did like
There's-
genetic tests and they're like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Like people in
Yeah.
South America have like French DNA from like 20,000 years ago. It's like, all right, well, all those models are gone.
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't have to spend much time on that.
This lady, she's got like a bowl on her head.
okay.
She's
Well,
pissed
I guess we
because
will.
someone came up and just cut off one of her pony knobs.
Yeah, she's only got the one. That's
Like,
going to
look
throw
how-
off her.
Look how pissed she is.
She's going to be walking in circles like when you snip a cat's whiskers.
She's like, what the fuck?
That's how
She's
she-
like, she's got her pigtails in. She goes, I look cute today. And she
That's
goes
how her
to
s-
work carrying fruit and a bowl on her head.
I fucked up her spatial reasoning.
Some motherfucker to snip that bitch off.
And then we've got two stories to round out the book with Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. This first one is called The Curse of Bashingu,
Very
art
cool
by
name.
Art by Robert Webb, and Bill Everett touched up Sheena's face in some of these panels. Presumably, I said to modernize the hairstyles and such. Everett actually created Namor and co-created Daredevil over at Marvel, so he was a big name and, doing some cleanup over here on Sheena, the Queen of the Jungle.
I seem to recall there was a really shitty Saturday afternoon live action TV show in the 90s about Sheena.
Yeah, I don't remember it, but I did see when I was looking this up. Yeah, there was
They hired like a
I think it was
Baywatch-
2000s.
There was like a Baywatch chick they hired to play Sheena.
Yeah,
She
it
just
was
lived in the jungle. This
not
blonde
authentic.
white lady.
Well, Sheena.
Why
we
aren't
actually,
we Googling this? I need to see this.
You want? Okay, I didn't think you'd
All
want to
right.
see it, but okay. Sheena TV show. Let's see.
Oh yeah, all right. So at least I got that right.
Yeah, there she
It does
is.
exist. Yeah, there she is.
There she is, looking great.
Yep.
Somehow got eyeliner in the jungle.
Yeah,
for her.
that drives me fucking crazy. Is when people got fucking makeup in dire situations. It's
Yeah,
like
she
the
looks
fuck.
great.
Where are you putting that shit on? Ooh, there's her taking a waterfall shower. Nice.
Yeah, well, it's the best way to take a shower.
That's
in
the reason I was
jungle.
watching that show as a
Yeah.
kid, so I
Yeah.
could beat off to that.
Oh, they knew. Believe me, they knew exactly what they were doing.
Like, yeah.
This actually, Sheena, we could have added her to our Golden Age Girls episode because this is another super lady type who predates Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she has like super strength.
Yeah, she was created by Will Eisner and Jerry Iger, and she's pretty cool. She's all right.
Yeah.
So see, Shea, that's not a bad analog for you.
The only thing we have in common are that we're women.
Well, we
Right,
don't
right.
know for sure.
Well, I mean, I'm confused why that's not enough. As a man,
As a-
I don't see what the problem is.
I like to compare this to Shea because Sheena has a pet chimp that she loves.
Chim Chim. Well, she subjugates the chimp, which is something Shea would enjoy.
I bet if Shea actually met a chimp, she would love it because Shea likes animals.
Fuck no.
As long as I think the chimp didn't smile at Shea, I think that's too spooky. Those big teeth.
Oh, it's got a human face. That's what makes it
No,
weird.
no. The chimp could not be alive. I don't trust a living primate.
Would you eat a chimpanzee
No.
if we cooked it?
No, because it'll fucking poison me somehow. Those
How?
bitches will get me in
It
death.
won't poison you.
Oh, we're gonna cook it. We're gonna cook the chimp.
Don't you like Detective Chimp? You like
He's
Detective
okay.
Chimp?
I don't like him as much as he's okay. He's fine.
I thought you liked Detective Chimp. I thought
What
you
about-
thought
what
he was
about-
cool.
No, I like 52.
What about a hit monkey?
I don't know what that is.
It's a Marvel version of Detective Chimp.
Oh,
Hmm.
no. And I also watched Powerpuff Girls, which had Mojo Jojo on it. Like,
Oh, JoJo. Hey.
Hey, that's where they got that name.
Yeah.
Let's just say that's why.
I bet it's because the artist's name was Joe and they just used it twice.
Fuck, man, we don't have time for this. Just call him JoJo.
Played by Joe Rogan.
Yes.
that
well,
man-
you know,
No, that man had a neck.
When chimps attack people, they rip your dick off.
that's true.
That's right. You know what? He would be good as a jungle man because he could tell you that piece of information.
He could pull some bullshit out of his ass about how the jungle works.
Clearly knows a lot about the jungle, more than me. I didn't know about chimps
No.
ripping your dick off.
Joe Rogan would get people in a lot of trouble because he'd be spouting facts that he thinks are true, and the tribes would just
Oh.
trust him.
Do you listen to his show?
I have watched a few episodes if there
So
was a
like
guest I was interested
I don't
in.
listen enough to be like, because I used to listen when he was just mostly just comedians and like crazy alternate history people. I didn't listen when he started having the right wing guys.
No,
on,
I
so-
won't. I won't watch that. No, absolutely not.
I only watch the UFO ones.
I
So
mean,
like
if-
I can't say like he's personally spouting bullshit because I have no idea.
well,
if that's
but
true.
I've read stories or I've seen clips or whatever where he is either spouting bullshit or he is letting people spout bullshit and he's not calling them on it.
clips could be out of context.
Sure, but I don't see anybody saying they're out of context.
I'm not listening to a 3-hour Joe Rogan show enough to like find out for myself.
Yeah, you got to listen to 2-hour Dark Side's Couches.
Unless it's like
Couch
they
eye.
got comedian Duncan Trussell on. That guy's funny.
Okay. Anyway, Sheena. So Sheena.
Her name is spelled like mine.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah. Shay, did you tell me that your name was like made up? Like you
My
don't-
name is made up.
Like you don't have
Well,
a normal
yeah.
human name.
Should I mean I don't know that we've said your full name. Maybe we have. Maybe we haven't. I don't know that you want to. Might want to just keep it incognito.
You guys always want to like get cameras and go on Twitch. Like, what is it with you guys in incognito? You want to show your faces and shit.
Yeah, because a face is just a face. Like you can find my face already. Like that's not that hard to do. But like you don't want to give away your social security number. Maybe you do.
Well, Shay's not a real name.
Shée is part of her real name.
Well, I guess
or,
any name is real, I suppose.
Yeah,
It's all made
anything.
up. I'm just saying shit like you don't have a normal
Yeah.
human
No.
name.
So my nickname is Shée. And Shée is spelled Shee with an accent over the first E.
Yeah, it is.
Shée is a nickname. Shée is not my full name. I'm not going to give my full name because now
Okay.
I'm all in my head about it. But I will say my full name is also complete and utter bullshit nonsense.
It's a made-up name that your mom gave you.
So that
because
extra little
high
dashes,
on postnatal drugs.
you know, to put over the E, she just decided that was badass.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
I
name
made it
is
up.
spelled the way it is spelled because they asked my mom how to spell it and she got the good epidural.
Jesus.
Yeah, got that good. Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents gave me the most basic fucking boy name that was popular at the time.
Michael?
Yeah. Everyone in my generation is named Michael.
So I may have told the story, or maybe I didn't. So James is not my first name, but it is part of my name. And I guess when I was born, my father wanted to name me Jesse James
Pretty cool.
because he's an idiot. He's
Pretty cool.
It's just a name that he thought was cool. And my
Maybe it would've
mom,
been- maybe it would have been more cool if they went with that.
I mean, we don't want a red line. I'm already pretty cool. But my mom, I guess, told him you can have one or the other. So James ended up my middle name. Jesse is not my first name. There's no
Yeah,
Jesse
it
to be
is.
found.
I'm gonna let you guys know that his name is actually Jesse James.
Jesse James. But yeah, what a dumb fucking thing. Like, I'm sure he just saw some fucking made-for-TV movie the week before and decided that he liked Jesse James all of a sudden.
Shut up, Jesse, you dumb bitch.
God, so stupid. What a stupid thing. And now
I'd
I
like
go
to
by. I
hear why
chose
they
to go by
did-
that name.
I was going to say, I like to hear why they chose your first name then.
I honestly think I've never found out. I don't know what the origin of my first name is. It honestly was probably like flipped on the TV and it was the first name you heard, probably.
I was supposed to be born a girl, and they were gonna name me Michelle.
I was
and-
supposed to be a boy.
And then when I came out with the biggest fucking dick they've ever seen, they were like, "Well, just call him Michael. Fuck it." Look at my boy.
There's Mike confusing his life with a Dave Chappelle sketch.
Is it shit?
No, not exactly. But when he said that, when you have your you tell your autobiography, you got to tell like the legend. And so like we see his birth scene and he comes out with like a 1.5 foot penis coming out of his mother's uterus.
Oh, they're gonna cancel me for doing Dave Chappelle jokes.
That guy, he refuses to be canceled. Will not be canceled.
Yeah, that's the
Can't
way
do
to
it.
do it. That's
You
the way
can't
to
do
do
it.
it, man.
Just
I
gotta
mean,
keep
Louis
pushing
C.K. just
back.
made a movie.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't stop that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, Sheena.
How about Vince McMahon? He's just like, I guess I'll just retire. Fuck it.
We're getting through the Sheena. the
What a
Sheena
boss.
comic. Jesus Christ. Oh, I feel like we'll have withdrawal syndromes if we don't have wrestling content in the episodes. Like, it's such a crucial part.
I got
For
no
I
problem.
don't even watch wrestling.
I know, that's why I keep bringing it up, because like you're like, I don't like wrestling, so I'm like, well, now I got to bring it up more.
I enjoy wrestling. Like, I like the dumb clips that I see here and there, but you think I'm going to sit down for a 4-hour match to no,
So,
hell no.
Are there 2 Sheena comics in this or just one?
Yes, there's 2. The second one doesn't have a title, but the credits are
Okay.
the same, so I'm not going to read them.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are 2 Sheena comics. That's Shea's subtle way of saying put the fucking gas pedal down.
Here's the best part of the comic, where a chimpanzee pets the snoot of a zebra.
Of a zebra, yeah.
Yeah,
And
they're
this
friends.
And this causes a big cat to jump out and attack him.
Might be an ocelot.
Might be an
Might not
ocelot,
be.
could be a leopard, a cheetah,
That's a leopard. That's a
Could be a
leopard.
house cat. We don't know.
maybe a puma,
And she runs up and she just guts
cougar.
it.
Yep, and she just murders it.
And you see why cats don't like you to pet their bellies.
Well, she's also wearing an outfit that is probably made from like this
Yeah.
cat's mother.
She does match that cat. Yes.
It's very similar.
All right, who's doing this bitch's hair?
Maybe she
looks
is.
fabulous.
Like, this is like one of the guys in the background has a bone through his hair.
Yeah, like they have to just all their hair just has to suffer with it being natty and fucked up and matted with mud and shit.
Yeah, she's
And
got
this-
fucking pert plus.
Beauty, this fucking beautiful woman
And
comes
here's
in.
the chimp is a Twitter profile photo going, ooh.
So this lion is attacking people, I guess.
Yeah, they think it's the spirit of their god Bashingu, and he's cursed them with lion attacks.
Yeah, because he's escaped from his lion prison, and so that means if anything, you would think releasing him from the prison would mean that it would like break a curse. But no.
It sounds like they justly locked him away.
Yeah.
It's like how that's all bullshit, though.
Yeah, it's like how you lock God in a church or synagogue to restrict his power.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Sunday, and then he's asleep on Sundays.
Yes. Okay, what's going on here?
Here, there's one of the native guys. He's got like wicked yellow sunglasses on. They both do.
Yeah,
He's got two guys in a row wearing cool guy sunglasses. And they got cool guy haircuts. One guy's got like a fedora.
He's
Who
got
are
a
these
nice
dudes? These scat dudes are coming by and they're scatting.
This is a pretty cool tribe. This guy seems like he might have some sort of guitar variant on his back. Some sort of
it is, Daddy-O, and they do the old school high five where one guy has it underneath and he slaps it and then he raises his up to slap. You know what I'm saying? The one from the 70s.
Yeah. Down low. Yeah, down low. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like a jazz combo.
I'm gonna bring that back.
Yeah, the down lows.
Yep, down low, and then I had a guy. He was like a project manager I used to work for, and I did something cool. And he's like, "All right, dude, rad." And I go, "Yeah." And I tried to high five him. He goes, "Oh, I don't high five people. I think it's broy." And I'm like, "Well, you just lost a friend for life."
Yeah. That's
like,
a good
you're not
way
gonna high five me?
No,
Fuck you.
I left you hanging.
Because you're too fucking snooty about it.
Yeah, you
I
can't
think
leave somebody
James has
hanging.
only high-fived me twice.
I don't well because I think you're goading me. I think you're trying to get a high five out of situations
That's
that
trauma.
don't merit.
That's
don't merit
trauma
a high
right
five.
there, James.
Believe me, I don't like leaving somebody hanging.
It seems like you do.
High five,
I don't.
Yeah, James, you sound like the certain project manager is too fucking snooty to be high-fiving people. Is it too broy for you?
Eats me up inside. No, I'm all about high-fiving, but it has to be justified.
Are you afraid you're going to be too slowed?
Yeah, I could be too slowed. That's absolutely a concern. I'm not going to lie. That is a concern. But
you're afraid that your good friends are going to too slow you?
Shée was just trying. She was trying to get heat. She was trying to get high-five heat.
Shée, are you going to too slow people?
No.
You're being accused of being a too slower.
No, James doesn't high five or low bones.
No, I wasn't saying.
He's one of those people. I'm outing him. He's one of the fucking broy people.
You're basing it based on your interactions alone, and
broy people will high five you.
Mike, has James ever high fived you?
Never.
Has Mike ever tried to high five me?
It's been.
I've high fived Mike.
Yeah, we've high fived. I think I high five as much as possible. I used to too sweet everybody too.
I don't know what kind of backroom deals you guys are doing, but Shée was trying to stack the deck to get some free karma by asking for high fives in situations that did not warrant them.
I did not do this.
I've definitely had you too sweet me, James, for sure.
Okay, I may have.
I don't know what that means.
Too sweet? Yes, of course you don't.
Are you guys kissing?
Yeah, it's because it's too sweet.
Yeah, it was too sweet.
Nope, no idea.
No, I don't know. All right, I believe that Shée was looking for heat in unwarranted high five situations, and I'm not giving them out like
James
candy.
doesn't want people to know that he doesn't like high fiving, so he's trying to. Put
I
the
will
blame
high
on
five
me.
all day.
I think James wants to pretend to be hipstery snoot about high fiving, but he's so traumatized from being too slowed as a kid that he just doesn't want to be put in that situation.
That's probably more likely.
Serious trauma.
That is taking out, but that's putting the trauma on me.
Because if your friends just want to do a hand thing to show that yeah, we did it. You're like, we're friends, but you're just like, this person's about to betray me. Like that's your thought.
If you think that I won't do a high five, you should see me in a parking garage because I will slap those pillars as I'm walking through.
That's not a high five. That's just hitting things.
Yeah, that's inanimate objects.
Oh, you guys.
I'll jump up and do pull-ups on.
Those aren't high fives. Just like if you hit someone on the back, that's not a high five.
Is that high fiving God? If you're just
you couldn't even reach my high fives. My high fives would be well beyond your height. I would have to do a low five to match your high fives.
You're 6'3".
Yes,
you're
I'd have to do low
6'3" and I'm
fives.
5'6".
Yeah, so I got to do low five. So how would you even know? If I tried to do a high five with you, it'd be right over your head. Too far.
Oh my God.
I'd have to do a low five. The only thing I can do with you is low bones, or I can give you 5 on the side.
That sounds super horny.
Yes.
Low bones and 5 on the side. Everything's so horny. know what I'm saying? Look, this lady, like Sheena picks up the guy wearing a
Yeah,
lion.
let's
It
get on with
turns
this.
out the reason why they think the gods are attacking because the other tribes people are dressed up as lions, scaring him. And Sheena picks him up by his belly, like military press style, but he looks really horny about it, too.
The scheme here is that this other tribe has released the lion, and in order to basically capitalize on the fear that it created with this tribe, and now they're seeing that, if we kill Sheena and make it seem like the escaped lion god did it, then they'll be scared of us forever because Sheena is such a big target, a tough enemy to kill. So they're trying to kill Sheena now.
And the jungle hairdresser will lose their only client.
She is keeping them afloat. I mean, it's their own.
Sheena's hair is this entire jungle economy.
I mean, it's their fault for setting up in a fucking jungle.
Like that humidity must be murder, but looking good.
I mean, I guess you're cornering the market in the jungle, but you're taking a big risk.
What if the editor brings this up? Like, why are you guys making these jungle people look so sexy? He goes, because I gotta sell this fucking book.
Look,
that's why.
Because I got a job to do.
Sheena looks more like a pro wrestler. She's wearing like a singlet.
Yeah.
She's military pressing people. Her hair's always done.
Yeah, she's kind of got a Fred Flintstone clothing kind of thing.
So did they kill the lion? I don't remember. No. So they had to have killed the god lion then in order to wear it, right?
Xandar raised it.
No. She knocks out all these dudes who are dressed up as lions, and then they admit that they were just doing this for ivory and power.
Sheena is played by Charlotte Flair.
Yes. I don't know. I'm assuming this is a wrestler.
Charlotte, it was Ric Flair's daughter.
Okay.
And she is a giant wrestler.
No, here at the end, we actually see a lion having a good time eating a snack. So I assume that's the lion god who's been returned to his, area.
Look up Charlotte Flair. Look
Oh my
up.
goodness!
You gotta see what she looks like. It's unreal.
That
was the man tied up. That wasn't the cat having a snack.
That looks like a man, like a lion eating something.
Looking like a man.
All right. We have determined that is not racist. That bit.
Yeah. Because she's like eighth Mongolian.
Yeah, she's like an eighth Mongolian. Okay, cool. Charlotte Flair is a big, leggy lady.
Yeah, that's Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah, well, good for her. Good for them both. Didn't Ric Flair also make some horny comments about his own daughter?
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, so did Trump.
Yeah. Trump said if he wasn't related to his daughter.
McMahon said it about Stephanie.
Oh, bro, you
gross.
have no idea the kind of shit they did in the 90s.
So those are two guys who definitely high five.
Yeah,
Ric
right.
Flair. They sit around. Ric Flair and Vince McMahon sit around talking about their hot daughters, and they high five each other.
I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking hate each other. Like egos like that, no way they're getting along.
Keeps them locked together. In
they
stasis.
both need to be on top. Like those are some egos that I would hate to be in that kind of hell. But they're very motivated people, so maybe that'd be good.
So that's the end of that story, and things end up pretty much as you would expect.
Yep.
But we do have, well, first of all, you can get a mustache, sideburns, or a Van Dyke beard. You can buy those.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. You can look like Edward Norton in one of his serious roles. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. And then we have one more story that doesn't have a title.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine.
It says Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. That's the name of it.
They all say Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, but the other one had a name.
But she's got like what's the name of Wonder Woman's boyfriend?
Steve Trevor.
So Sheena has her own Steve Trevor named
Bob. Fucking loser.
And Bob is dressed like a jungle man, like he's like a jungle explorer guy, kind of like Indiana Jones, I guess.
No, he is dressed like a
safari guy. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, he's dressed like an affluent man who is trying to slum it and thinks this is what poor people dress like.
Arthur Conan Doyle style white guy.
When I was 15, I worked at a grocery store called Safari Grocery, and it was all jungle themed. Mm-hmm. And turns out I had the exact same job as Andy Richter did when he worked there.
Oh, wow. Did you get to wear his apron?
His apron was hung in
Did they retire
room.
it?
Yeah, like everyone who worked there would write their name on an apron and hang it in the back room.
Oh, God. I was going to say they put it up in the rafters.
Yeah, up in the rafters. That's where I put mine up there, too.
Oh, we should take a field trip out there.
Well, it's gone now. That building's demolished.
No, thank you, Joe Biden.
Shame.
Ruining the economy.
Yeah.
So anyway, So Bob and Sheena go exploring, and they see this lady wearing a Fly Jamiroquai hat. All right?
She's very sexy.
Yeah, she looks great. Another clearly white woman that they just
we don't know yet.
add
We
some
don't know
pigmentation
yet.
to. Yeah.
We don't know.
So she's running for her life, which is pretty common in the jungle, I have to imagine.
Yeah, from an alligator with a huge underbite.
Yes. So this alligator, he wants to fuck her shit up pretty bad.
Right, but unfortunately, his bottom jaw doesn't meet his top jaw, so
Yeah,
he can't really bite anybody.
Yeah, he's like a Simpsons character. And so Sheena and Bob show up. Sheena shows up to kick ass. Bob shows up to just kind of be there.
So why is Sheena dressed that way and Bob has access to normal clothes?
I mean, is there a retailer maybe on the jungle? We've established there's a salon in the jungle.
Well, I assume that she's from the jungle and he just arrived, so he's just in whatever he wore there.
Oh, so they have a long distance relationship.
Or
She
again,
just-
she's on the continent and he arrived.
Yeah, but that means they don't live together.
I mean, they're going to be
No,
fucking.
it means that he arrived there from somewhere else, as opposed to her who has been born and raised there.
Well, I'm going to say he arrived there from his house because he doesn't want to live in the jungle.
You guys
Oh
ever
my
hear
God,
this?
never
you guys,
the fuck mind.
You guys ever hear of that sex position? It's called the Amazon. You ever hear of that?
No.
No, is
So
that
what
when Jeff Bezos comes on your sheets?
No, what it is like the man's on his back, and the lady will spread his legs, like push his legs back. And sit on his boner.
Yeah.
But his legs are like. Kind of like what you do
Yeah, I've
to a
seen that.
lady. Yeah.
You
That's
have
what Sheena and Bob are up to.
Your penis has to tilt in the right direction to make that work. Otherwise, you're going to break that thing off.
Yeah.
Why is it called the Amazon?
Because the woman's like doing
Probably-
a very powerful sexual position that
Probably
normally a man would do.
Racist reasons, probably.
No, it's just like because you're Amazoning them. You're being a powerful woman and you're riding that dick.
So they track down this lady wearing the hat, and Sheena fends off all these big cats, kills them. Why not?
Here we see for sure it's a Caucasian lady that just painted black.
Yeah, she looks exactly like Sheena. They just changed the coloration.
She even has like an old timey movie star hairstyle. Like how the fuck is that getting done?
Yeah, so apparently she comes from another tribe that was infested by some white men who wanted her father to lead them to the temple of their ape gods. Thank God, some apes finally showing up.
Sick.
And
you
she
go,
managed.
Shée, see?
Yeah, there you go, some apes, and she managed to escape, but in the process was pursued by some cheetahs and some alligators and such.
Yep. Before she got there, she stopped off at the jungle hairdresser, and she was finally another client.
Oh man, we're gonna be able to open a second satellite shop now.
Yeah, and here we see images of European colonizers and how fucking ugly they are.
Yeah,
What's
see,
all
this
this in?
He's got his hat with the tilted up brim and everything. Yeah, they're just grotesque men.
Lately it's been like really hot in Europe, and like British people are complaining how hot it is, and it's like, motherfuckers, you weren't complaining about how hot it was when you were colonizing all these fucking places below the equator.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of gold and ivory on the line, and they were able to.
They're going off exploring, quote unquote.
Yeah. So yeah, these guys are like they're whipping people in cages, and they're bad dudes. And then we see Sheena is lounging luxuriously in a tree with her thick
she's
thighs.
looking thick.
That is looking nice.
That
I'm
is a capital C.
smother with those thighs. Ooh.
That is like the kind of thick where it's like you put that knife in the peanut butter that's been in the refrigerator.
Just pop your head like a zit. Ooh, boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit's sticking to the roof of your mouth. You know what's up?
Oh, it is. It is. These are sex things.
Played by Charlotte Flair.
So, she's listening and checking out this whole thing. These colonizers are talking about their schemes. And then she's accosted by a couple of apes.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Not
the apes...
as exciting as you think.
No, the apes knock her out of a tree, and the white people are like, oh, yeah, we'll kill Sheena. I don't even know how they knew about Sheena, but they've identified her.
And here we could see how strong Sheena is, because she can beat up these apes when normally, if they're fighting a man, they would, quote-unquote, rip his dick off.
Right, and as we've learned from Joe Rogan, their arms are like corded steel.
Joe Rogan looks like they shaved a chimp.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah,
That
that's
dude
why
looks
he knows so
ape-like.
much. He knows so much about apes. That's why he's so invested in them.
We're getting the inside scoop.
Yeah, he just wants to go back. He wants to go back home. That's why he's had to make so much money so he can get a ticket over back to Africa, hang out with these apes.
They have apes in other places besides Africa, right? There's apes in Asia.
Yeah, I assume as much, but
Asian gorillas doesn't sound right.
I don't know. Are there apes in Asia? Let's find out.
I don't fucking there are apes.
there
I just don't know if
apes
there's like
in
gorillas.
Asia. There's orangutans.
Okay.
There's a lar gibbon.
Ooh, the gibbon.
Little
There you
gibbon
go.
guys. They're adorable. You gotta like gibbons, Shée. You gotta like gibbons.
Nope,
What about the orangutan?
none.
You don't like any of those. They're such fun.
No, what part
sounding.
of I don't like any primates? What part of any in there was
Okay,
vague?
shit, but you got to understand like how bizarre that is because you like animals. There you go, Gibby Haynes.
Do you like
There
Gibby
go.
Haynes from
Yeah,
Butthole
I do.
Surfers?
I do. Jet Fighters. That song rips.
Anyway, okay.
What does that have to do? What is Gibby?
I was talking about gibbons monkeys.
Yeah. Gibbons
Oh.
and Gibby Haynes.
Gibby Haynes.
Yeah, great.
Anyway,
Butthole Surfers. I'm a surfer.
anyway, there was something you were proposing something to Shée.
Nope. Don't
Okay.
remember.
Completely lost track of that.
Yeah, I was saying something, but I don't fucking.
Oh, I
remember
was
what.
saying like it's just strange to us because like why apes though? Like out of all the animals
Uncanny
to
Valley.
dislike.
Uncanny Valley. They're very close to being human, but not close enough, so it makes it scary.
I just
That's
seen,
not the reason why.
Maybe I've just
Okay.
seen so many videos of people hugging them.
Yeah. Well,
So
Shée,
I associate that.
do you wanna explain this?
When I was way too little, I saw Monkey Shines.
What's that?
It's a
What's
movie. It's like a
Monkey
horror
Shines?
movie. Yeah.
It's a horror movie, as well as the fact that E.T. looks like a monkey, and he
he
scares
doesn't.
the shit out. And he also does not make me feel super comfortable.
There is that scene in E.T. where E.T. Rips off Elliot's dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
you
but there's
gotta
that
get
scene where
mad.
they scream,
And
that
Joe
scene freaks me out.
Rogan just pops into the scene and goes, "They'll rip your dick off."
So,
That's absolutely
but yeah,
true.
that's
Chimps attack people, they rip your dick off.
yeah.
man, that's gonna be a fun
My exposure to
YouTube meme.
chimps was just learning that they were gonna fucking kill you.
All right. Well, they're
I
willing
mean,
to.
They're from the
They're
jungle.
certainly willing to.
Yeah. And everything I've ever seen in terms of a zoo or whatever has never been super cute, whatever. It's always aggression or just sitting.
Well, they're in a zoo. They don't want to be there.
I'm
I can't.
telling you what I know.
No, maybe because James and I are men, and aggression and sitting are two of the things we want to do most.
I
I
know.
love
But
sitting
I
down.
do not go into the monkey house.
Yeah. The apiary. Apiary. Which is one of my favorite. An apiary is where you keep bees, but it sounds like it's where you keep the apes, and that's why it's funny.
Apes in cute bee costumes.
Yeah.
Oh, like Oddlaw. Like Oddlaw's cute bee costume.
Oh yeah, Oddlaw wears a little bee costume.
Little bee costume. Bring it all around. He hangs
Yeah,
out of the
that's what-
apiary.
That's why he hates Waldo, because Waldo stole his cute little wings.
Yes. All right.
And then he vanished in the multiverse with his magic cane. Apparently, that's his story.
Look, there's a vast and intriguing Where's Waldo universe.
Waldo can just traverse the fifth dimension.
Dude, when Disney buys Waldo and starts integrating him into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you guys are going to fucking love it.
So wait, so Disney bought all the Fox stuff, right?
Yeah.
Man, they should make a Wolverine versus Predator movie. That'd be sick.
I don't think they own Predator, though.
Predator was Fox.
Is it? Well, they're still
Yeah.
making.
They own 20th
Oh, okay.
Century Fox shit too. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, was
yeah.
Predator Fox? Well, then, yeah, I guess
Well,
they could do
should-
it.
was.
They should skip all the movies and just go straight to that. Just do it.
It's reaching a creative singularity.
That's the last one for both. No more Marvel movies, no more Predator movies.
Now that might get me in theaters. We just say like
Right.
this is how we've chosen to end our cinematic universe with Logan fighting a predator.
Yeah. Oh, and the sequel to it will be Venom versus Aliens.
No sequel. You just said it's the last one.
After that.
Okay.
After that, it'll be Venom versus Aliens.
We got to bring Tom Hardy back one more time.
Oh, and the guy who plays Spider-Man now, he gets ripped apart by the aliens. What's
Well, I
his
mean,
name?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, that dwarf man.
Oh, they hired him when he was like 12. What'd you expect? Like, you don't know what he's going to end up
They
looking
gave
like.
him the Webster drug that stopped him from growing.
Yeah. Well,
That
he's-
poor
he's-
motherfucker.
He's
you
fine.
think,
He's
you think
happy.
his hot girlfriend's like, maybe he'll grow up a little bit more.
His girlfriend doesn't have to worry about anything because he's a millionaire.
Yeah.
So it doesn't
She's a
fucking
millionaire
matter.
too. She's got her own money. He's got something else going
Was
on.
he dating Zendaya? Is that
Yeah,
who that is?
they're like married in real life or whatever.
They're like, well, I think they're actually adults now. I think they're over 18.
Yeah, they're adults.
All right. Well, they
Well,
can do whatever they
she
want.
is. He still looks like he's 12 years old.
Yes. Okay. All right. Here we go. The white colonizers take this as an opportunity to run into this ape temple and pillage its goods and artifacts.
Make sure to shoot all the elephants and steal their ivory.
Yes. And so Sheena jumps in and she starts punching monkeys in the face. Bob comes in on an elephant. No, that's not Bob. That's the pillagers coming in on an elephant. I don't know why how they got the elephant to agree to this.
They offered the elephant a deal he couldn't refuse.
They gave him a peanut.
We'll give you this whole bush of peanuts, won't we, governor?
And so, it kind of turns into a fight as you might expect. Sheena commandeers the elephant, or maybe it's a different elephant. I don't know.
I don't know. And she grabs a spear and just kills them both.
Well, no, she doesn't, but she comes on pretty hard with them because they actually ask for mercy, and she doesn't want to hear any of their sob story bullshit.
Yeah, because the humidity has been terrible for her hair, and she's been running because of them.
It's looking bad. Yeah, it's getting flat. Like, it can't look this lifeless.
And then a father and daughter hug for reasons.
Yeah, Jamiroquai
And then,
lady hugs her dad, and
then Sheena and Bob Heil Hitler everyone as they go down the river.
they kind of do. And that's the end of our comic book.
Yeah, that's
You know,
it.
we
You
had
get some.
a
You
good
get
time.
some. You can get some. No, go back up. No. So like here you can get like star photos, but that's not what I wanted you to look at.
Okay.
Like here's like an ad for like finish your high school diploma from home. Look at what you can get with a high school diploma. 94,000 extra income in a lifetime.
Over
You
the
can
course of
buy
a lifetime.
You can buy a home and have a car and raise a family. If only you get their high school diploma.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. The bar used to be so goddamn low.
Well, 94,000 over a lifetime is not that great.
Still, look, you can own a home. All you need to own a home is get a high school diploma and get a gig. That's all you had to do.
Well, in fairness, I mean, I have a college degree, but I didn't need it. I could have done exactly what I'm doing now. In fact, I might be doing all better if I hadn't gone to college. I could have got a jump start on learning something valuable.
Yep.
I don't know. But yeah, nobody can afford homes anymore. It's ridiculous.
I'm glad to know that this. Look at this. Even the test, it says it's simplified and easy to read. Well, fuck.
It's like that competency test that Trump did that he was bragging about that asks you to identify what this animal is, and it's like an elephant.
Oh, I should have taken that test.
Oh, that test was great. He was trying to brag about how well he did. It's like, dude, it's not an intelligence test. It's a test to see if your mental faculties have failed you.
And they,
Yeah.
and they found out it was off the charts. He has not only his faculties but everybody else's.
I have the most faculties.
He's hoarding faculties.
Yeah, he's gonna sell it back to us at a discount.
Right? Like everyone invested their faculties to get those guys out, the January 6th protesters out of jail,
Yeah.
and Trump just kept the faculties.
He kept
That's
all
what
of them.
happened. Somebody started a GoFundMe for all the faculties, and he just kept them.
He just kept the 250
Donated
million
them.
faculties.
Yeah,
They
because
don't
they were
know.
going to build the faculties better.
He knows what he's doing. Don't worry, he's gonna come through. You got to stop that steal.
So what's Steve Bannon doing right now anyway?
Hopefully working
know,
on Trump's next campaign, 2024.
That was a joke because he just got
Yeah,
found of contempt of court
That
for
motherfucker's gonna
ignoring
get
this
like
meeting.
8 days in jail and
He's
go
not
right
going
back
to no
his bullshit.
jail. all
No,
right?
not again. He's
it's
already
a-
been. He already got one fucking presidential
It's
pardon.
supposed to be a minimum of like 30 days per conviction, so he's supposed to get at least 60 days in jail. It ain't gonna happen, but I think
know,
they'll
he
throw
did-
him in there for
he-
a few days.
He did the same thing Trump did with the phony charity. He started like a GoFundMe to build
Yeah, and
the
then-
wall, and he
yeah.
kept all that money.
Yeah, and then he got the presidential pardon for it.
Ah,
Remember,
that's so
he got
fucking
convicted
awesome.
and they got fucking pardoned for it from Trump.
You
he
guys
keep the
just
mo-
haven't donated enough.
Did he keep the money? Did he get to
damn
keep
it.
it, or did he give it
I
back?
think so, quite honestly.
Fucking
I think he-
based.
Maybe if you guys
Fucking-
believed in the cause a little
but
bit
I
more.
don't know.
That's so fucking cool.
Fuck, there's a steal. There's a steal that's been going on unstopped.
At this point, with like how like we as a species is like we're
As a
doomed.
society?
We're doomed. Like there's no way out of this. Like at this point, you might as well just live the best way you can for yourself now while all this still exists. Maybe I should just get a big fucking scam and like not feel bad about it because who cares?
Yeah, you do lack empathy. You
More than
do.
half Americans, I guess, think there's going to be a civil war in the near future.
Fuck
But
yeah,
honestly,
of course.
I remember hearing that as a child, that like we're on the verge of a civil war. Then give me the civil war. Everyone's too lazy and we're way
Yep.
too fragmented. You
Yep.
can't get two people to agree.
Yeah,
How
but
are you
to
going
be
to get
fair,
half the
James,
nation
you've
to agree?
said this for the past 5 years, and things have gotten progressively
No,
worse.
things
not
have
a
gotten
civil war.
progressively worse for my entire life.
Yeah, but no Civil War bad.
Like things have been getting progressively worse for longer than any of us have been alive. Like
I
why?
tell you
No.
what, you know what prevents Civil
Yes,
War
they
is that the Guns N' Roses made that song Civil War, and
Yes.
people
Right.
think they want to have one, but then they hear about how bad Civil Wars are. They're like, you know what?
Maybe everything would be fixed if they would just re-release Chinese democracy.
What's so civil about war anyway? They hear that and they
Pretty
go,
rip and running.
"Fuck, man, you're right." They just put down their gun.
Shée, we're just getting started. It's going to get way, way worse. You're going to be longing for these days.
Yeah, this is the coldest summer of the rest of your life.
Yeah,
It quite possibly could be.
This is the best it's ever going to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be horrible. Yeah.
What do we think of?
It's gonna be like Soylent Green. Y'all ever see Soylent Green with Charlton Heston?
Well, I've read the book Make Way, Make Way, I believe it's called.
Is that what that's from?
It is from a
Some
book,
movie.
but I actually haven't read it. No, the book actually doesn't really, my understanding of it, it's more about like the logistics and trouble of overpopulation. It really doesn't have much to do with this whole like eating people thing. That was made up for the movie.
No, that was a cool movie though.
Yeah.
You just gave away the ending. I'm kidding. I don't care.
Yeah. If you want to watch, by the way, I mentioned Phil Hartman before. If you want to see a good sketch, should watch an old Phil Hartman SNL sketch where he plays Charlton Heston doing a series of sequels to Soylent Green. It was Soylent Green 2,
It's
Soylent Green 3.
still made out of people.
They didn't change the recipe like they said they would. What do we think of this?
I don't know. It was bad.
Shée?
It's racist now. Back then, they probably didn't think of it as being racist.
No, they were
but
doing their
it's
best.
pretty Racist. It's
Shée,
pretty
what'd you think of this racist book?
I was bored a third of the way through reading it, and I was bored a third of the way through recording this episode.
Oh, we can tell. Yeah, I mean, I was not comfortable seeing a jacked ginger. I don't like that feeling.
Yep.
I can only give it I give it 1 out of 5 civilizations without indoor plumbing. Think I like that? Think that's what I want to do?
It's
with
like
podcasts?
when Carrot Top got super jacked.
Yeah.
They got jacked gingers. Look at Sheamus, the wrestler.
I try not to. I do everything in my power not to look at Sheamus.
Sheamus, that guy's got it going on.
That Conor McGregor guy.
That Conor McGregor, he's not jacked though. He's like just lean.
Yeah.
Is
That's
he
your
a
best
ginger?
bet.
Is he?
Conor McGregor? Conor McGregor. Magna Conte.
Come on over, fellas. We're gonna watch Conor McGregor.
What are we doing next time? Let's talk about next time.
I don't know. We're gonna spin the wheel. and
Yeah,
we'll
we
think
should
about it.
just spin the wheel. We've got a lot of good options on here. We got 32 options. I did put on the newest things that Mike put on the wheel. I did take off the Spider-Mans because I think we were having an unofficial non-Spider-Man year as well as
You
a
know what? I
non-Superman year.
seem to remember that. Yeah, we said we weren't gonna do
I think
Spider-Man
we made
either.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna spin the old wheel. We got a lot of great options. More fun comics. I'm sure those are exactly
Oh.
as fun as they say they are.
It better be.
Another Flash issue. I'm sure that's a winner. The
What if it's
Star
like-
brand.
What if it's like the bald guy ad and it says more fun comics? Not actually more fun.
Yeah, they're not. No guarantee of fun in this comic book. Black Knight. I'm sure that's not offensive.
There is no source of fun here or anywhere.
All right, so we're gonna spin the wheel. Let's see what we got. We always have to listen to some spinning music. So
Yeah.
let's see what's ready for us this time.
What do I
Could be
want?
anything. Could be
What do I
anything.
want?
Spinning around, move out of my way. I know
Yeah, that's Kylie Minogue spinning around. That's another song written from the perspective of a comic book's deciding wheel.
That's a bop.
Yeah. And she is looking fly in that video too.
I'm so glad I'm
that out.
older now and I don't take music so seriously anymore. And I can just
Yeah, you
enjoy
got to. Cool.
myself.
Remember, it used to be like the main thing you would judge someone on.
Yeah,
Like
it used
how
to be.
fucking stupid was that?
Yeah, it's dumb.
You would like end friendships because somebody liked a different Black Sabbath album.
Now
Like,
I
who
would break
gives a
up with
shit?
I would break up with a girl still today because if their musical taste doesn't line up with what I like, and then you're just listening to their shit like
Yeah, but-
all the time.
well, how much time do you necessarily spend listening
kinda
to
like-
music
kinda
with your
like-
partner?
It's kind of like when you're in bed with a chick and she's like one of those people that have like
Yeah.
TVs in their bedrooms and they're like watching reality shows while you're in bed with them. I'm like, I would just leave.
Well, having a TV in your bedroom is great, but not for watching reality shows. But yeah,
I don't have one in my bedroom.
it's
a
a hell of a luxury. It feels great lying in bed. Like maybe you got a cold or something. You don't.
I would
wanna get out
never
of bed.
get out of bed. I would cease to do anything if I had.
It takes some discipline for sure.
I have none, so I just create conditions in which I'm forced to do healthy options.
But yeah, if you want to see some great side boob, check out that Kylie Minogue spinning around video. Oh my goodness. Let's do a little spinning of our own. See what we're looking at next time.
Yep. What the hell do I even want?
I don't know. That's why we let the wheel decide.
I don't think I have a preference anymore. I think we did all the ones I wanted.
Yeah. Oh, this is a newer edition.
I just put that on.
You did just put this on. See, I wasn't lying. I put it on. Legion of Superheroes, issue 7 from 1984. Finally getting out of these old books.
I like the Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, it's a cool concept, and have we ever done a straight up Legion of Superheroes? I don't think we have.
Yeah, we did the one about Black Island.
Was that Legion of Superheroes?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
And then Bouncing Boy, he got to have threesomes with his one girlfriend.
It's Paul Levitz, Steve Lytle, I don't recognize that name, and Mike DiCarlo. We're looking at the cover here, Legion of Superheroes. It's a lot of action going on. Holy cow.
You know, I think I like the Legion of Superheroes a lot because with like normal superhero comics that take place in like the modern day, it's like my problem with it is always like, why don't they use their powers to solve societal issues?
Yeah.
Because this is in the far future. I don't got to worry about it.
Yeah. I mean, society has probably been fixed by that point, so there's just a bunch of hooligans looking for something to do.
Yeah, a lot of death bots just certain shit.
Kirby dots and everything.
Who's building the death bots? There's a hentai monster.
There is an issue of the multiversity that takes place on a universe where all of the superheroes, they've eliminated crime basically. So all that's left are, their kids have taken up their mantles, but there's no crime. So they just like stage recreations of famous battles their parents had and stuff. They got nothing to do.
Great. That's what you want, though.
It's a lot of drama and everything. It's a lot of like who's going to go to like Elastiboy's party and stuff like that. It's just
it's kind of what we do now without any superheroes at all.
Yeah,
we just
we
stage
LARP
their adventures.
Yeah, we're just LARPing because we don't have an actual war to fight.
Well,
we've got
plenty of those.
We've got hidden secret wars, but we don't have a good fist pumping American war.
All right.
But yeah, this looks like they're having a good fist pumping space war.
Yep.
That should be great.
Still punching people.
We're gonna have a lot of characters to go through, including this guy who's got sort of like a white boy blonde afro kind of going on.
Yeah, he's one of the evil Waldos.
Yeah, it's Oddlaw. It looks like this lady punched a robot through the back of its skull.
Yep,
she's having a great time with that. Yeah,
that's real. That robot's kind of sexy.
Yeah. Well, as we've learned from Dolly, I was seeing a Dolly, if the AI Dolly would make like sexy robots, like, it knows how to make a sexy robot. It had trouble with other things, but sexy robot, no problem whatsoever.
It's good to hear.
Yep. Okay. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Great.
Yeah. So that'll be next time. Shée, do you have some plugs to get us out of here?
Sure. Let's get the fuck out of here. Check out more shaving tips and rat facts and other past Dark Side Couch episodes on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any other podcast app that you can think of and try. We're probably on there. Podcast. And send us more jungle men James and Mike look like at darksidescouch.com, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at darksidescouch, and on Instagram at darksidescouch. Or on that Instagram, I'm sorry, and on YouTube at darksidescouch.
Yeah, you can find it wherever. Yeah. Hit them likes and subscribes. We need them. We need them like Trump needs those faculties.
That's right. We're hoarding likes and subscriptions like Trump hoards faculties.
Yep. And we're not going to do anything with them. We're just going to keep them. We're just going to keep them.
All right. We're going to be indicted, but then we're going to get a presidential pardon.
Yes.
Because we hoarded so many likes and subscriptions.
Yeah. Well, Trump will be president again, and he'll let us off the hook.
They're going to be interviewing me, and they're going to be like, "So, what have you done with all the rat facts?" And I'll be like, "I plead the fifth."
Damn. All right, we're done. Anybody got any final comments before we get out of here?
Apes are very adorable when they learn sign language and hug you.
Mm-hmm. Shée.
They're probably still sexual harassers in that case, but also R.I.P. Alan Grant.
Oh, R.I.P. Alan Grant. Another goat. Sorry to lose you.
Oh, and congratulations to Vince McMahon for getting away with it.
Yeah, no fucking joke, right?
Ta-ta for now, Cushion Crusaders. We'll talk to you next time on the couch.
Here I am, lost in the wilderness with the jungle man.
It just so happens that right now I am flush with ocelots.